with her. Kumo and the other chick, I forget her name. Well, I guess I shouldn't say other chick because I don't think Kumo identifies as a girl. But Kumo and Goblin, they came out with their own recorded in quote unquote interview or conversation with Synnibear, pretty much theatrically lambasting her and pretending like they were or trying to make the narrative that they weren't helping her as much as they were. And it's all just overcorrection, right? It's kind of like what happened when I forget the creator, but like bringing on, like, if a white creator says the n-word and then they bring on like a black creator in order to be like, guys, I'm not racist, look, I'm sorry and I apologize. iDubbbz when iDubbbz brought on a female black creator and basically was like, guys, I'm not racist, like, and apologized to her on behalf of all the times he said the n-word and stuff like that. Like, just a complete overcorrection. And it was so obvious because the comment section was just full of people saying like, you guys still swept for her and all this, that, and the third. And in the call, right, in the call with Kumo and the Goblin chick and Synnibear, Kumo was like, finds out that Synnibear had made the 14-year-old read out loud a grape comic in VC.
Really?
Yeah, and he turns around and goes,
"What the fuck, bro?"
Yeah, he turns around and he's like, "Oh, well, now that I know that, like, I'm totally done with you." And it's like, wait a minute. What do you, like, that's your breaking point? So sending porn to a 14-year-old is totally okay with you and you're willing to defend that. But having her read a porn comic is just too much for you? Like, dude, it was incredibly BS. Neon Trion, his name should have been just a Coomer, not Kuma. They were both Kumi for, yeah, Kumo was literally, listen, I will say this. I don't think Kumo had romantic interests with Synnibear. He was probably just using her to go after Birdie, who he didn't like, which was her roommate. But regardless, you were saying, Ken?
No, I was just gonna say that's fucking deplorable, bro. Like, my thing is, we've had this discussion many a time, but it's just, when you involve the children in any way like that, there's no pass. There's nothing you can say or do to get away from that. And if you're especially using someone of that age, and I'm gonna use the term grooming, but not in a sexual way, when you're grooming them to do shit for hate and to try to expose someone, especially in the realm of grape, like, there's a special place in hell for you, bro. Like, that's not cool, bro.
Yeah, as Neon is saying, wood chippa. Not gonna lie. All right. So if you haven't seen Just a Robot's 1.5 hour long defense of Synnibear, that is what we're gonna be looking at right now.
Let's do it.
This video was taken down by him, or not this video in particular, but on his channel it was taken down. I did manage to find an archive of it, and it's great because things like this should never leave the internet. I'm going to be honest. He should never be able to outlive, not in the sense of like life and death, but he should never be able to outlive his mistake. Like, he should always have this pinned to him because it was a 100%. massive L, just a massive L on his part. Like,
facts, dude.
Credibility gone. But yeah, this is his video, his defense of Synnibear. This also includes the interview with her where he flirts with her.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, content warning. Let me say this disclaimer right now. Yes, this involves, as it says, following of grooming, sexual assault, gore, blah, 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 blah. If you guys are not able to handle this, just tune us out, whatever it is. But yes, this does go over sensitive topics for people.
Yep.
I was going to make a video talking about a recent document that was released.
So that's Synnibear.
It's about me.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I was gotten much more serious as I realized the damage that I've caused.
Another person in the ArtCC has been outed as a bad person.
Or is that full screen?
That is for me on my side, yeah. Or are you talking about for the live? Yeah. It's full screen for them on the live stream.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah.
It's full screen for them.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Oops, I hit mute.
The sunrise tomorrow morning.
God.
That being said, this situation might not be as cut and dry as you once thought. Unlike everyone else who rushed out their video on Synny, I actually reached out to her, and she agreed to do an interview with me. Just like with the Pyrocynical drama, the Spoctor drama from 2016, and the—
Alright, Neon, you freaking grammar Nazi, thank you. You're not wrong, I misspelled it.
Hopeless Peaches drama. There was something about the Synnibear situation that didn't feel right. I'll give you two options. You can take the blue pill and just believe the mainstream opinion about Synny, or you can take the red pill, and I can show you just how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Looking back, hindsight is 2020, but it is insane that he's like, you can believe the mainstream opinion. She was part of the mainstream opinion. She literally came out and made a video apologizing, and then she took it down because Just a Robot convinced her that she wasn't actually a groomer.
How quickly people forget what they say.
Right. And the crazy thing too is like on just like in this video here, he turns around and he's like, I know I'll get a lot of hate, but somebody needs to defend her. And then like 48 hours later, he takes the video down because of everyone basically saying you're an idiot and this is going to ruin your career.
Sounds like a W to me,
Before
bro.
I begin,
Hell yeah.
I would like to make some has 111.
God, what are you doing?
Nothing. It just
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Before I begin, I would like to make some disclaimers regarding this video. Number 1. One of the subjects involved in this video goes by a different name than they used to, due to identifying under a different name and gender. If you know the user by the name of Birdie within the animation meme community from years ago...
It's funny that if you look, the top the last, even in this video, you can see the last thing that Birdie uploaded is my roommate groomed a 14-year-old. And man. It's on Synnibear. Like if you look at the one over his shoulder, the video.
Yeah. Bro.
Oh,
what's that? What's that? My man Doc Holly said in Tombstone. My hypocrisy knows no bounds, or some shit like that. That's kind of what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny, in my opinion. It's hilarious, man.
A drama I actually made reference to in my last video, which I to this day do not know anything about. Then you should know they now go by he, it pronouns, and they have changed their name to Jack.
Hold on, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say he, it?
Yes. Jack, who is Birdie, goes by he, it. But he is a she, born as a she.
No. Like it's just it.
I know. I know. It's
okay.
It's crazy to refer to a person as an it because generally that's
very demeaning, very derogatory,
incredibly demeaning and derogatory. Like that's the whole reason why it's like. Again, Rainbow Mafia, I call you guys that with love, unless it's specifically directed to that BS. But like, you're never gonna catch me referring to a person as an it unless I am trying to demean you.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
No.
This is the RCC. Half the people in it are trans. When talking about their drama, I will refer to it as Birdie, but for the rest of the video, I will call him Jack as that is what he prefers to be called. Second, please give what you can to help save my friend's family restaurant. A link to the GoFundMe.
Self-promotion and a defense... What? Self-promotion in a groomer defense video?
No. It's fucking his friend.
No. Well, yeah, okay, yeah. Not self-promotion, but still, you're promoting a GoFundMe on a groomer defense video.
He's trying to. He's gonna monetize his groomer defense, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
will be down below. I know it doesn't seem like the time for it, but I promised my friend I would shout it out in every single video until we raised...
at least he's self-aware.
Yeah, but the problem is that this video has so much traction now, and he referred to the person as his friend. I guarantee there's some chargebacks. I can't imagine. Like, he screwed his friend over hard. He should have just made a video for his friend and then this video.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But he thought he was in the right. That's the problem.
Money for it.
He can't.
And number 3, some of the stuff you may hear me talk about in this video will be a bit troubling to some, but I am going to keep my wording simple and brief and show evidence that will be highly censored. Now, you might have heard of the Birdie drama, back when they were bashed by the ArtCC for seemingly no reason. After all of that drama, they became best friends with Synnibear03, who I will just be referring to as Synni for the duration of this video. They moved in together around 10 months ago, but unfortunately, their friendship didn't last. Last time I heard about 2 ArtCC people moving in together, it was Kai and Omnia, and yeah, we all know how that turned out. ArtCC people just don't move in with one another. It never turns out great. As for how I first learned about...
Yeah, because that was the problem, that they were in the arts community, not the grooming, not the inappropriate, unwanted, and unwarranted touching. None of that. It's just because they were art creators.
Bro, so no offense to anybody, bro, but some of them art people
are weird.
Fucking weird. They're weird as fuck.
Anywhere where like those types of people, and I don't mean to say it like that, but anywhere where like you get a gaggle of LGBTQ, they, them, zoo, it shit people together, it gets weird.
Hey. Oh yeah. It's like they have a contest who can out weird the other one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, who could be more liberal to all the craziness, who could be more of a victim. And a lot of the time, you know, these people are saying, oh, mental illness, I'm this, I'm that, I have, you know, DID, blah, blah, blah. Never do you ever see them show any paperwork saying that that's true. Never.
Well, I mean, that's...
Because self-diagnosis is so rampant on YouTube, man.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But like the thing is, once you have a conversation with somebody and they bring that out, or normally by visually, you already kind of know what you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. And by the time you have like 2 exchanges back and forth, not gonna say sentences, but 2 interactions back and forth about a certain topic, you already kind of know what you're dealing with, like I said. So you can just kind of go from there to your point, you know, so.
True. But regardless, self-diagnosis is completely rampant on YouTube. People need to stop giving creators the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that. It's just
sounds like Bo Black.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he weighs on his autism and then the whole BPD BS.
About Synnibear03, I first discovered Synni through her video on Spocter. Other than that, I just saw her video on Lio and Peaches, along with the first few minutes of her video on Deadwing Dork. Ironically, Synni...
I watched that video, not all of it, the video right there. A lesson on victim blaming. It aged so poorly, and not only that, but it's not a lesson on victim blaming, it's a lesson on being a victim, because the dude in there makes legitimate criticisms and opinion pieces, and her whole thing is, oh, you just don't like us because they use different pronouns, you don't and it's like, that's not at all. It maybe some of it is, but it's like the person legitimately was trying to be like, LOL, I so random. Like it's okay to be cringe, but it's also okay to not like somebody who it's also okay not to like somebody because of their cringe. You can't validate one and invalidate the other.
Well, the thing is, sometimes people are just not going to get along, right? And I'm sure people can make an effort to get along. They can be cordial. Some people you're just not going to get along with. And I mean, it is what it is. But the thing is, if you're sitting there making videos called or like somebody like the victim blaming, and you really teach them how to be a victim, you're teaching them how to victim blame. And victim blaming is a whole nother rabbit hole that gets kind of fucked up, in my opinion. But I mean, you know, there's always 2 sides to every coin, you know?
True.
Brought up that she was moving in with Jack at the very end of her Spocter video.
I'm moving out soon. My original plan was to move out in January, but things have changed. I'm going cross-country to pick up my friend so that we can roommate together. They've been an online friend for a long time, and they've been dealing with a really unsafe living situation for a while now, so I want to go get him. My family has been really, really adamant about me not doing this, though. They already hated the idea of me moving out so soon, but they hate my roommate even more.
When I heard this, I thought nothing of it.
I understand they're worried for my safety, but the way they've gone about being worried has been really stressful.
How do you hear that someone's family is afraid of them moving in with somebody, and you're like, that shouldn't be anything. That should legitimately be a thing. That's a red flag. Like, why would the family be concerned about you moving in with this person?
Well, the other thing too is, I mean, you're talking about like online friendships. You know, that's a slippery slope in and of itself. I mean, like, obviously, like, you know, me, you, and Zeph, you know, we're pretty tight. I consider y'all friends,
right?
But you know, I don't know if they've had the same level of conversations about certain things that like the three of us have. You know, like, I think, and there's a lot of trust here, and we're all good with it. But as far as a female and a dude, just online friendships.
Well,
I mean,
to naturally born females, one identifying as a guy now.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Well, that changes everything. Let me excuse myself from this conversation. Let me excuse myself.
But you know what's crazy? What's crazy is like that. Like, he here is like, oh, I would think nothing of it. But yet Kumo, one of the other people who was helping Synnibear prior to Just a Robot getting involved, in his call with Synnibear, literally accuses Just a Robot of having the intent of graping her.
No shit.
Yeah, and it's like, where does that come from? What evidence do you have to support that, bro? Like, what?
So here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. You get into like what guys call locker room talk, right? You get into that kind of shit. If there were conversations like that, and they said something like, "Hey, I think she's pretty cute. She's pretty sexy. I like to tap that," you know, shit like that. That doesn't mean R word, you know. That just doesn't mean that, you know. Right. And like, as far as, I guess, I can't really say vocaling, but if you're chatting and giving that vibe off, it's a little weird, bro.
I mean, people have come out and said that Just a Robot is really sexually weird with most females, even though he claims to have a girlfriend. But I think what it really is just Kumo was upset that Just a Robot was able to use Synny in the way he wanted to, and he got kicked to the curb. I think that's really what it is. Yeah.
I need to go on this road trip. I need to help my friend, and I need to make my own decisions. I need to get out of this house.
Remember all of this stuff about Synny's parents not being okay with her moving in with Jack, because it will become important later. As they were living with one another, someone made a document accusing Synny of doing very bad things with minors. Jack called Synny out for this, it made a video, the video absolutely blew up, and tons of people also made videos on Synny. I, along with many other people, wouldn't have learned about this situation for a lot longer if Jack didn't make its video. There are two docs that compiled all the evidence of what Synny did. The first one has 111 pages.
It's 111 pages!
Jesus Christ.
You're kidding me! You're kidding me!
Sure, it's long, but it's mostly just screenshots. The most.
It is a lot. It is a lot. But even though, it's a lot, but it was one of two documents.
Severe allegation in this document was that Synny was grooming a 14-year-old by sending them inappropriate pictures. Unfortunately, the doc is so long that most people didn't look at it, and
yourself included, Just a Robot.
Yep.
Self-admittedly didn't look through it all.
Just a Robot, just like, give me the TLDR on what was going on. You know what I mean? Shit like that, you can't do that, bro. You gotta you have to fine tooth comb that bitch. You know what I mean?
Especially if you're gonna make a defense video for it.
And then plug one of your friends' GoFundMes. Come on, bro. Fuck.
Yeah. You gotta have all your ammunition, dude. You should have just stuck to the hit piece on Synnibear that you started with.
And if they did, they didn't look at it very carefully.
Hey, it's better that they didn't look through it very carefully, unlike you who didn't look through it at all. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Mono Cabello, didn't he say he just skimmed through it? He said he skimmed through the first one, and because he didn't see anything of value, he didn't even look at the second one. But we also have to remember that he's looking at it through the eyes of somebody who doesn't see a problem with sending softcore porn to 14-year-olds.
Bro, imagine if lawyers fucking did that
For
discovery.
real. For real.
Yeah, like, you know, like, especially like you see like the people like catching dudes, like texting kids and shit, you know, like they go out there or whatever. Like, yeah, like they printed out, you know, 50 pages of shit. I read the first two. I didn't see anything bad, so I just threw it away. Like, fuck you, bro.
Exactly. Or it's like, imagine financial crimes people, right? The mounds of paperwork and paper trails that they have to go through. Imagine them looking at that and being like, you know what, Bernie Madoff? I don't think you did anything wrong. I got to page 20 of 200,000 and I was just like, call it a day. Like, crazy.
If only the IRS thought that way.
But I know, right? But the unfortunate thing is this is YouTube, not the real world. So people like this can people like this can get away with it. The problem is that he continues going further into defending her and makes all these statements about the things that he did that he didn't do.
Some of you may be asking, how old was Synni when this all happened? Was she 16 when she was talking to the 14-year-old? Or 17? Nope, she was 20, about to turn 20.
Ooh.
Yep. So here's the other thing about it. Even if she was a minor herself, that doesn't excuse the action if it was unwarranted and unwanted. Nor does it excuse the action because there's still the level of a power dynamic where Synnibear has hundreds of thousands of subscribers and puts her in a position of power over a fan, which this 14-year-old was and self-admittedly stated she was. He was. They were. She was.
It.
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult.
I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Like her birthday was right around the corner. The 14-year-old also made their own doc, and it's, oh god, 188 pages long.
188 pages? No!
Yeah, bro.
But hey, it's funny how he showed somebody who actually went through all of those. Because Tom did. Turkey Tom went through all of the documents. So 111 plus 188, that's 299. 1 page short of 300 pages. And he had the time to go through it all. You should have too.
Yeah. Especially doing this side shit, bro.
Yeah, it's one thing if you don't go through it, if you're going to create a hit piece, because if you're like going through it and you have a negative connotation, you don't need to see all of it to know it's wrong. Though if you're going to defend her or anyone, you need to see everything in order to make a proper defense.
I hate to say this, bro. The motherfucker could have did like every other page. You know, and be like, all right, I'm gonna do like every other page. I'm gonna go through it. Even if he skimmed it, bro. If he saw anything that was like weird or illegal-esque or anything, fucking at that point you can go back. But you just not even
that. He could have excluded both documents and just looked at the DMs between her and the 14-year-old. He could have excluded everything else, and just looked at the DMs between the two of them and looked at it and went, that's not okay. But again, he's looking at it through the eyes of someone who doesn't see a problem with a 20-year-old sending softcore porn to a 14-year-old.
And there you go.
So he was never going to see a problem no matter what.
Facts. It'd be a waste of time.
It would be a waste of time. Yeah, and that's the whole reason why he was like, I just didn't, first document didn't seem like. Imagine that. It's like, you know what? A pedophile looking at another pedophile's actions and going, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's literally the same thing. Not to call Just a Robot a pedophile, but you are 100% a groomer defender. You can apologize all you want, but you mad sus, dude. Mad sus.
Oh, no!
Imagine having a kid and wanting to put your kid in a daycare, and that daycare gets sent this. Like, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
But it's almost entirely just made up of screenshots, so it's not as long as it may seem at first. Now, some of you might say that these screenshots are out of context, or maybe the messages are fake. After all, Discord is one of the easiest websites to use to fake messages.
Absolutely. If you do, what is it? Something inspect. I forget the first name. Discord is incredibly easy to fake shit on. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
So easy.
It is.
I mean, it's happened to me before, so it might have happened to Cinny. But the thing is, those allegations aren't just allegations anymore because Cinny admitted
a less than 3-minute apology video that later got deleted.
Hey bro, straight and to the point. You know what I mean? That's all it was. Straight and to the point.
It's pretty much, it needs to be at least.
to it.
Yeah.
I've been an irresponsible content creator, and I've been acting inappropriately towards my fans. This alone is enough for me to realize I need to make sweeping changes to how I conduct myself and how I interact with my fans. But the most serious thing I've done is I've groomed a minor. I became friends with a 14-year-old after I made a mental note to myself to not become friends with minors again, and I overshadowed them.
Well, you know, as long as you make a mental note, brother, it's all good.
It's all that matters.
It's all that matters.
That defense holds up in court. Judge, I made a mental note.
Yeah.
All right, you're free. Fuck you.
Yeah. To everyone in the chat, let me ask you this, Ken. Have you ever once in your life thought, you know what, I need to make a mental note to not befriend minors on the internet?
No, I don't. The thought never crossed my mind to do it.
To chat, yeah, Inspect Element, thank you, Monica Bello. To chat, anybody out there that's watching ever in their life had to turn around and go, yeah, you know what? I probably shouldn't make friends with minors on the internet again.
Bro,
Like...
I'll tell you this, dude. So when we were shopping, right, we were going to women clothing stores.
Right.
And you know, there was the sections of like lingerie, nightwear, and all that. You know, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go over here. She's like, why? I'm like, because I'm uncomfortable in this area. Because there's other women shopping for intimate apparel. You know what I mean? I don't want to be around that. You know what I mean? Because it's just, I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. And she's like, you're overthinking this.
But you're not. But you're absolutely not.
No.
You
know, so it's like, you know, but what I told her was, no one's going to tell me that I'm making them uncomfortable.
Exactly.
You know, so not trying to equate it to this, but it's just shit like that when it comes to things like I will literally do my best to stay away from it because it makes me uncomfortable. It'll make other people uncomfortable. Like my mind doesn't think that way.
No, I agree with you. Being shopping as a man is so like mentally you have to be aware of it as an adult male. It's like if you go shopping for your kids or for your wife by yourself, an adult male in the kids section, like no one's immediately going to turn around and be like, especially if there's kids around, no one's going to be like, oh, he's probably shopping for his kids or something. They're going to be like, that's a little weird that he's here by himself.
Yeah, he's a fucking creep.
Yeah. And there's plenty of videos that women have taken of men just doing their job, everyday life. And that proves that that's how people look at it.
Exactly. Like there was one time, like we were at a mall and she wanted to go into Victoria's Secret. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna be outside. And she's like, it's fine. I'm like, just please, just leave me out here. Like, I'm good. And then fucking, I look inside when she walks in and there's like grown ass men, like older dudes just by themselves. Yeah. And I'm like, that's fucking weird, man. And then even she told me she got creeped out. And I'm like, you see?
Exactly.
You see?
Well, there's like some airlines that have rules where unaccompanied minors aren't allowed to sit by male passengers by themselves.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's in my opinion, they should be in the front row.
Right. They should be always at the front. Fuck them kids. Put them in the back. No, I'm just kidding. Like, yeah, any unaccompanied minor should be sat as close to the stewardesses as possible. That's my personal opinion, 100%. Neon Treon, do you both ever just space out and chill thinking about nothing? Bro, absolutely, 100%.
Always.
You get asked why are you thinking or what are you thinking? The answer is literally nothing, but some people don't get it. Yeah, dude, 100%. No, I get exactly what you're saying. A lot of people
all the
think,
time, bro.
Yeah, you can. There's the thing called the 1,000-yard stare.
Oh yeah.
I shared graphic, explicit materials with them when I shouldn't have.
Signed, sealed, delivered, cut, Your Honor, it's done, it's over with. Like that's it. And the fact that you play this, right? We're less than 10 minutes in, and you're playing this as her apology, and your idea is, I should really stake my career on this shit. Like, that's insane.
But hey, guys, we always have mental notes.
Yeah, mental notes, man, mental notes.
I groomed this child, and I knew what I was doing was wrong, and I betrayed everyone who looked up to me. I betrayed my friends. I've done the worst possible thing I could have done, and I'm suffering for my choices.
On the one hand, I am happy she admitted to it so fast, but on the other hand, she groomed a minor! I could go over the proof in the doc, but the drama seems like it's already over. Proof of what she did came out, her roommate talked about it, making the situation blow up, and she admitted to it. It's like that one clip from Rick and Morty.
And now, another quick mystery. I just want to know who could have done something like this. It's a travesty.
Yeah.
You see this knife and all the blood on it? Here's my fingerprints. Guilty. I sentenced you to life in prison.
Everybody, including Synny, seems to be in agreement that she's a groomer, but I think a lot of you want me to be as transparent as possible and go over the two really big dogs.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy that you guys want me to look at the facts. What? Why would you want me to look at the facts? That's just, bro, that's not how we do stuff on YouTube.
Well, the problem is they see 299 pages is very intimidating. But the thing is, if you're going to sit there and make a video on it, then you're committing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So just fucking do it. And if you don't want to do it, don't even address it.
Don't make the video. Yeah, just
exactly.
Just tell people it's super easy to, especially when it came to like when the whole Palestine Israel conflict started. What were a lot of YouTubers, prominent YouTubers saying, and smart ones? KSI is a great example. I don't know enough about it to comment on it, so I'm not going to talk about it. That's it. And people might hate you for it, but guess what? It's better to be hated by a few than be canceled by the many and legitimately canceled. Like, look at what's happening to Asmongold.
I was going to say, the thing is, bro, if you say that, you'll never be a clip.
Exactly.
You'll never be a clip.
People might like accuse you of being too scared to talk about it, and the answer to that is damn right. Damn right. Why am I going to talk about? Yeah, why am I going to talk about something that I know nothing about? I mean, our government does it all the time, but
hey.
Seen a lot of false information get spread around about this situation.
Yeah, about an hour and a half of it by you. Like, imagine turning around and go, I've seen a lot of false information while peddling false information. Crazy.
Bro, that's Wayne's calling Boogie fat. You know what I mean? Literally what we're doing right now.
Or RTU calling DSP boring. Freaking a mirror.
And I want you all to understand exactly what's going on, because let's be honest here, most people aren't going to go through two massive dogs. The only one defending Synny at all is Akumu. I mean... Yes.
For all the wrong reasons.
I was going to say, I wonder why.
And here's the question. What does it mean? Or is Birdie a scammer? How do you scam somebody into admitting that they're a groomer? How does that happen?
Yeah, dude,
I've never heard of a scam. I've never heard of the term scammer used like that.
Yeah, scammer and groomer should not be in the same sentence.
It makes no sense. This is like some.
It doesn't.
It's like, what did he hypnotize her or something and made her? No, he put out evidence to support his accusation, and she folded like an origami.
There you go.
And let's be honest here, he's a guy who everybody hates, so if anything, he probably made the situation even worse for her. The guy is an absolute contrarian, and many people consider him to be a troll. Clearly, he's just doing this to stir up drama. But as I was working on my Synny video, I kept on going back and changing a lot of things about it. And once I finished my video on Synny and looked at all the evidence I had lined up, it just didn't feel like a good video to me. I got that same feeling I had during the Pyro drama, the Hopeless Peaches drama, and...
But the problem is you're comparing it to people with different circumstances. Not only that, but now you're comparing someone else's personal proven allegations to your false allegations. They're not comparable.
You can't do that, bro, because it's just, you look like a fucking idiot. I mean, look at what we're watching. He's a fucking idiot.
You look like a complete simp, brother. And it's like, you might turn around and say you have a girlfriend, but that goalies have, if there's goalies in soccer, you still score, brother. I mean, you can't turn around and be like, oh, I have a girlfriend, but at the same time, you're wanting to fall asleep to Synnibear's voice on a VC. Where was your girlfriend then?
Bro, it's I was watching, I forgot what movie it was, and this dude was like, yeah, like I never cheated on my wife, and he was like, yeah, you got a wife, but you also got a dick. Remember that? You know, it's like I said, obviously that's not like blanket, you know what I mean? But it's just it applies to this.
Yeah,
it applies to this 100%.
Because there's context surrounding people's allegations that either he doesn't have a girlfriend or he doesn't care about her, and that's the way he acted with Synnibear. Like,
yep.
The Spoctor drama. For those of you who do not know what the Spoctor drama is, basically back in 2018, he was accused of inappropriately messaging minors as young as 13 years old. But he got out of them because he did those actions when he was 16 to 17. Synni was 20, about to turn 21, so there's no way she's
Well, you're saying he got out of it, but the question is, okay, was it wanted? Was it not wanted? Was it encouraged? Because they're both minors at that point, so did they both want it? If they both wanted it, then he didn't get out of a drama. There was no drama to be had.
Yeah, people were just lying just to fucking cause some controversy.
Or people were trying to do like, oh, well, like the age gap, whatever. Because you have to think about it. Like, look at Delaware in the Mr. Beast situation. He was 16 and the kid was at most 11 years old. Both minors, but it was force. So it's wrong.
But see, here's the thing, right? If you're 13 and they're like 8, that's a little weird, bro.
It's incredibly weird. I don't care. The age is like, it's
weird.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you even like active in that way at that age? This is fucking
innocent, right? Yeah. Well, I told myself the same thing, but then I noticed she took down her apology video, and I
can't imagine why. Maybe it was a bad video.
Probably. Look at those views though, bro. Look at those views.
Well, she's gonna get views because of how many subscribers she has, plus everyone's waiting for her to respond. Same as how everyone's waiting for Just a Robot's next video. I guarantee you he's gonna get a lot of views on it. So everyone's going to want to see. Or he might not even put out a new video, because apparently I was watching Chud Logic's stream earlier today before while setting up for this stream. Apparently he was recorded in a VC and that got leaked as well. So I was listening to a little bit of it, but who knows if he's ever going to make his return. I'm going to have to wait for the VOD to come out on Chud Logic, because it was an unlisted video that got sent to him.
So, yeah, I was gonna say, man, sometimes you just need to walk away. Just
walk away.
Pull an RTU, bro, and walk away.
It ain't worth it, man. Like, there's no amount of time that will pass that somebody won't turn around and go, aren't you that guy who did that thing?
Her because I just felt so uneasy. And after I interviewed her, which I will play at the end of this video, I realized that Synni and all of you were lied to. I've gone against the mainstream art commentary community opinion lots of times. I did it in the Peaches drama,
the art community,
drama, and the Toby drama. Granted, the last one didn't go so well for me, but the other two went pretty well. I know 100% that I'm going to get a lot of backlash.
So that's just you huffing your own tailgate. Just because those dramas went well for you doesn't mean anything. The question is, were you correct in those dramas? If you were correct in those dramas, obviously it went well for you. And why did this go wrong for you in this drama? Because you were in the wrong. Notice how that works. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
For making this video, but someone with a sizable audience needs to say something. The first big red flag to me was how quickly Synni admitted to grooming. When it comes to groomers, they never do that. Cosmodor didn't do that. EDP didn't do that. In fact, there's not one single groomer that I can think of that has ever done that.
So because of that, she has to be innocent, because, you know, she didn't decide to go ahead and try to combat it or downplay it because she took accountability. Imagine if police officers thought this way. You literally just played a clip from Rick and Morty. If somebody were to come up and be like, hey, I did this crime, and they were like, well, people don't normally turn around and admit to that, so why don't you go on your way, sir? Like,
yeah, fuck you, bro.
It's such your mentality as to why she's innocent is because she admitted to it too fast.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
The only person that I
bro.
can think of who admitted to being a groomer before Synni was Spoctor, but he was innocent. If you've seen my Vincent Skullman video on my old channel, then you know that I've proven that ArtCC people are cartoonishly spineless. Just a little social pressure will make them admit to things that they haven't done. In court, people are allowed to rescind their guilty plea, and that is put into law because humans are, well, human. They can be pressured into saying that they're guilty even when they aren't.
But who pressured her into saying she was guilty? She wasn't locked up in interrogation with people for multiple hours, hounding her, telling her she was guilty. No.
Yeah, no.
She was in her own space. She could have taken the time to make a video, go through both of the documents and explain why they were wrong, why she didn't believe she was in the wrong, etc., etc., etc. She didn't do that. I can only imagine why she didn't do that.
Yeah.
And to compare her, and it's a little different, right? Because EDP was caught in the act. There's not a lot there's not a lot you can deny there. Whereas these were just allegations being made against her with obvious proof in it. She could have spent time, did a live stream, did a video, whatever it is, the same way she did it for Alex when the other dude went after Alex.
Yeah, that's the problem, dude. Like, he's comparing where EDP had the conversation, went and got the cupcakes, and then fucking drove to the meeting spot, the apartment. It's a little different, bro. It's a little different. You can't compare the two.
He was literally caught red-handed. Like, there's no, I mean, the worst possible outcome is him being caught in the act, but it's a good thing it was a setup. Like, it's non-comparable.
Tons of people have admitted to practicing witchcraft because they were pressured into it.
Okay, Jaw, that may be true, but did you actually watch Jack's video?
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
What is that? It's a non sequitur. That has nothing to do with anything. People admitted to it because they were pressured into it. Who are these people? Are you talking about like the Salem witch trials?
Bro, this motherfucker just said, just like someone who has, admitted to being a child groomer was pressured into it, like people were pressured into practicing witchcraft. It's not the same thing. Not at all the same thing.
Because he's completely leaving out how they were pressured into it. Somebody just coming out and saying, yeah, these allegations are true, is completely different than somebody who's being hounded or their life is being threatened or they're stuck in a little 8x10 or an interrogation room for 48, 72 hours, whatever it may be, being broken down mentally and physically by police officers, and then eventually just so that way they can leave and get some resemblance of peace of mind for a moment, they get caught to something they didn't do.
Yeah, like stop it, bro.
Yeah, completely different. And it's crazy because I was like interested in watching a video. We'll get back to this real quick, but the two cops were able to berate and harass a man into admitting that he killed his dad who was still alive. Like that is a situation of someone being convinced otherwise. This is not. This is, hey, these are the allegations, and her going, yeah, I did that. Like, God.
Yeah.
Yes, and it barely had any evidence at all. It is mostly just Jack talking, and that's pretty much it.
Sock has expressed discomfort with Synni multiple times.
What? You mean there was talking in the allegations? Wow. Amazing.
No shot.
How is that even like a way to prove, or even in any way, shape, or form supposed to give us an inkling that she was wrong? He was wrong. He made a video and then put out a 111-page document. Where's the issue with that?
And Synni hasn't made
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because the way he says it, right? Like, he says it like, and it's mostly just her talking, like, or him talking, like, duh. What was it? AI?
What else would it be?
Yeah, what else would it be?
It barely had any evidence at all.
It barely had any evidence at all. Yet that was what the document was for, brother. You would have known that had you looked at either one of them.
It is mostly just Jack talking, and that's pretty much it.
Sock has expressed discomfort with Synni multiple times, and Synni hasn't made an effort to change anything. She made graphic rape comics, including Sock's characters, and sent them to people she barely knew, who then leaked them because she didn't fucking know them. Sock expressed discomfort again, and Synni doubled down and told Sock off because she can cope however she wants, I guess. I haven't looked at the screenshots. I've only heard like testimony of this, but it's disturbing.
I haven't looked at the screenshots. I've only heard like testimony of this, but
She has an obsession with Boy to this very day. Before I found out about all this, Cinny actually DM'd me last night and said, oh, Boy's yelling at me, because I think she has like an imaginary version of him. I don't know. And I was like, why is he yelling at you? And she's like, I don't feel comfortable saying.
Now, I will say this. Obviously, I watched part of this video because it's funny enough to be, it's crazy when you see drama starting, you never really know where it's going to go. And I did see like this video and I watched a little bit of it and I was like, okay, well, yeah, there's not a whole lot of evidence or proof in this. And this seems like just some weirdos being weirdos. But it's crazy that he's alluding to this person not having any evidence, yet your video is full of misinformation and no evidence as well. Like you're trying to turn around and marginalize this person's voice without having any evidence to back up your own claims of her innocence.
Yeah, I don't know, that whole entire segment, I was just thinking, what the fuck am I listening to? You know what I mean? Just it's not like a lot of words to try to explain a simple thing.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
It definitely is. Like, again, the art community, the whole Rainbow Mafia community, you guys are freaking mouth salad. Mouth soup, word soup, just...
As I used to say to one of my old bosses, why are you using $10 words in a $2 conversation?
yeah, I get
just
that.
Say what you need to say, bro.
Yup.
And then I found out from someone else what she did, and she just wasn't gonna tell me.
Some of you may bring up that Jack and Cinny were best friends, and it would be in denial about what their friend did. The thing is, though, Jack is very, very autistic. Like, I can't be the only one who thinks it's weird that Cinny allegedly groomed a 14-year-old, and Jack somehow makes it about itself and gets $10,000 in donations. Like...
Well, because Jack asked people to help him get out of freaking to be able to afford to leave. That's the whole reason why he got money. Like, yeah, I mean, kind of like, you know, your friend who put up a GoFundMe for something. That's how they work.
Like, what? Yep. How does that work? If that's the rule from here on out, Professor Gridlock has been messaging minors inappropriately. Now give me $10,000, please. Even if you're moving...
This dude's an idiot, bro.
He is a complete idiot, because it's not like Jack just put out those allegations without, you know, almost 300, or without a 111-page document to follow up. Like, he's making it sound like there was zero evidence whatsoever when you have an allegation plus almost 300 pages worth of evidence and her own confession.
Yet this fucking dude wants to ignore it all.
Yep, just to get in.
Just straight out wants to ignore it, yeah.
Just to get his circuits off, man. It's crazy.
Out, you don't need $10,000 unless you live in California or New York or something. In fact,
maybe they were trying to pay first and last month's rent so that they can, you know, not have to worry about where their next where rent is coming from the next month. And not only that, but it's not like it was a choice by people to give them that money. It's not like it was a shill or a scam.
This dude's giving me a fucking headache, bro.
He's a complete idiot.
He really is.
He's so dumb.
If you live in one of those two states, $10,000 will only cover your rent for a week. But why couldn't Jack just ask for, I don't know, $2,000 or $3,000 and then get a job? Well, that's because it doesn't work.
It's not your fucking place to know that, bro.
Well, not only that, but it's like, dude, what does it matter how much money that he asked for? He could have asked for $1 billion, and if people gave him $1 billion, then that's their own prerogative. It would be different. It would be different if Jack had done that and it turned out he was lying. That's when there's an issue.
Yep. But the thing is, I mean, he asked for money. People gave the money. What the fuck does it matter to you? You don't look at evidence before putting videos out, and you ignore fucking confessions. Exactly. So why are you worried about where money's going, bro? Like, shut the fuck up.
Neon Trion, moving costs and most places require first and last months anyway. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of places cost a down payment, which is typically half or 10% of the rent. Plus you have to, if you don't have the vehicle to move everything, now that's gas. I mean, like, there's just a ton of different things. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that 10,000 was so that way the person could be established and not have to worry for a couple of months. You also don't know what their conditions are. You literally just said this person was uber autistic. So it's just you're on some parts of the video, it's like you're condemning Synnibear, and then on other parts of the video, you're defending Synnibear. On some parts of the video, you're trying to make it seem like Jack is just doing it for money or just doing it for clout, but then others, you validate their actual accusations.
Yeah, it's very flip-floppy at this point.
Yeah, it's like he didn't know what the video was meant to be.
He was paying the overwhelming majority of the rent. Jack needed Synni, but Synni did not need Jack. Synni is working a real job, she's making money, and she's paying rent. Jack for the longest time was on Social Security until he moved. So let me get this straight, we're paying taxes to it, and now we're giving $10,000 to it. It almost seems like Jack had everything to gain by throwing its friend under the bus.
But Jar, the document had all the proof. I mean, look how many pages it had. All that evidence must prove that Synni's a groomer, right?
Well, actually no. There's not one shred of evidence that Synni groomed anyone.
Other than the the self-report.
Yeah, like,
and again,
come on, bro.
Hindsight is 2020. He's saying this knowing he didn't look through at any of the second document and only skimmed through the first one. The level,
self-admittedly, bro.
Yeah, later on after this video, but the level, the absolute level of disingenuism, the level of freaking narcissism, and it's just, dude. How do you put out this misinformation? You're stating, oh, I had no evidence, but you didn't even look at it. Insanity.
Just testimony, one of which came from herself, ironically. Now, I want to make this 100% crystal clear. Synni did 100% speak inappropriately around minors.
And that's it. That's it. That's it. That's all that matters.
Video's over. Video's done.
Done and over with. That's all that matters. There is no other defense. There's nothing left. You've admitted that she was inappropriate. It doesn't matter if she groomed them or not. The simple act of being inappropriate with minors is the problem here.
Yep.
But know who else did that? Pyro.
Oh, so it's okay because somebody else did it. Yeah, that's how laws work. That's how, accountability works.
Recently, to those who are unaware, I've been accused of grooming a 15-year-old boy when I was 19. That I'm some kind of predator and was aware of his age all along. This is categorically untrue and a complete lie. But a few days ago, a poorly written Google Doc has surfaced claiming that I have lied in my response and I'm 100% guilty. I just want to be clear, I have never lied at any point. This document is disingenuous, manipulative.
I could say the same thing about the No, you cannot, because unlike the Synnibear document, let me rephrase that. Yes, you could say that about the Synnibear document. Would it be factually correct? No. You know what was factually correct in this video, this portion right here? What Pyro is saying. Do you want to know why it was factually correct? Because the logs between Pyro and this 15-year-old never got completely released. Therefore, it is all speculation. Meanwhile, the logs between Synnibear and the 14-year-old got released. It is no longer speculation.
A to Z, baby.
Exactly. You can say whatever you want about the docs. It's easy to say it when you've never seen it. But you could say whatever you want. Doesn't make it true.
And it fails to include so much of my original statement. This document makes insane assumptions based on limited and broken evidence. It's not hard to dismantle it. It's just annoying that I have to be the one to do it.
You're not Pyro, my God, overlaying your face, dude. You're not. The situation isn't the same. It was proven that he had no idea of the age of the person. That doesn't excuse his actions. He should have been way more responsible with his audience. But it was proven by both the minor and by the docs that were actually released that he had no idea of the age of the person. Until afterwards, until after the allegations came out.
These conversations never led to any nudes being exchanged.
You don't need nudes to be exchanged for it to be an issue. I don't understand. It's just like with Dr. Disrespect. Do you know the legal definition of sexting? Fuck off. You know the legal definition of don't drop the soap?
It was just purely fantasy garbage. Something which Ivory himself confirms.
Did he ever ask you for nudes?
No.
No.
Several of our conversations were leaked online by Ivory. Here's one of the more damning ones.
I'd love for my Sona to be licking at his fat, sweaty while rubbing his belly from behind.
I can't.
And then just having him gas all over my Sona's face. That'd be so nice. Or if mine was just underneath him, getting railed underneath his huge belly. And your Sona could be gassing non-stop as he f***s mine like... Huh? Well, to be honest, I'd pick you up, hug you while...
The logs are bad. The logs are definitely bad. But here's the thing. Provenly didn't know the age of the person. You can definitely say Pyro was uber coomer. Sure. The problem is Synnibear knew the age. There is no defense. It's done over. Steak is well done. Take it off the grill.
Well, to be honest, I'd pick you up, hug you while rubbing you against my huge, sweaty moobs, then kiss your cheeks, telling you how much I loved you, and then kiss you on the lips and let out a hard, long belch into your mouth.
Oh, Jesus. That's fucking beautiful, bro.
And here's the other thing that Pyro gets to get away with. The complete absurdity of what was going on. Because most people are going to look at this and just laugh at it, right? Of course, it could be, it's 100% wrong. But he had that going for him, too. Like, it was just completely absurd.
That's the thing. Like, when you read some chats between like adults and minors, when it gets that way, bro, sometimes it just gets so fucking cringe. All you can do is laugh, but it's not a laughing matter. But it's like some of the shit these people come up with, you know, especially like when like if they're like somebody's faking being the mind and they act like they're a virgin, never done anything, and then you see them trying to explain to them. It's just so bad. It's just so fucking bad.
Yeah, logs are I mean, he has the fetishes that he has. It is what it is. The only thing is like, look, as long as you're doing it with the consenting adults, that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, god damn, dude. But at the same time, again, it's non-comparable.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we shared some fat furry art. We had some weird fantasy roleplay.
I need to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
No sexual interest. There were no.
You can't say the same thing for Synnibear because you would have to add freaking context as to why it is that this person. You would have to prove that they didn't have it. But here's the thing. This is all self-admitted. He was talking about it. He's debunking the accusations. Synnibear didn't do that. Synnibear legitimately came out and said she was grooming a minor, and grooming has an intent to capitalize on, you know, the time spent getting this person to a certain goal.
Nudes exchanged, his name, his appearance, it wasn't important to me. He never once disclosed the fact that he was 15 at the time these exchanges commenced. He didn't include his age in his bio until he was 16, but I was not on Twitter between the 28th of December 2016 until the 29th of June 2017, as I was suspended. It would have been a hell of a lot less likely for me to see all but one of these tweets that's been used as evidence in this Google Doc. My Reddit post clearly shows that I was suspended from Twitter at the time that they were made. And that of course leaves the very last one. But like, what are the chances of you catching one specific tweet when you follow hundreds of people? I brought this up in my Reddit post as well, but it's been deliberately left out as some like shit attempt at manipulation.
It's crazy how Just a Robot is showing Pyro doing what Just a Robot should be doing, which is dismantling the accusations with facts. But you can't dismantle accusations with facts when the accusations turn out to be true.
Wait a second there, Jaw. The City situation and the Pyro situation are completely different. I mean, after all, Pyro didn't know Ivory's age.
I think you need to see the next clip after this one.
When Ivory linked me his Twitter profile,
Beautiful.
The age in bio says 16. This is something I acknowledged in my Reddit post, but to be fair, I probably didn't elaborate enough on it. In retrospect, I never should have continued the furry stuff with him once I learnt of his age, even though at the time I didn't see it as a problem.
That doesn't mean anything though. And he even said it in Chud Logic's, that he even said it, continuing the fairy stuff. Just a Robot even had to admit he didn't know what that mean. Again, he was able to get through certain parts because of the realm of speculation. If you don't know what it is, you can't just assert that they continue to have a sexually charged conversation. Is it possible? 110%. It's entirely possible. Can you prove it? No. So it stays in the realm of speculation.
If it helps for context, because we're being so open here, I'm straight IRL. Like, I have no interest.
And Synnibear isn't into girls, at least not as much as she's into guys. You don't have to be into, it doesn't matter your sexuality. Anyone can be that. That's even worse, because if it has something to do with sexual interest, then that means that, or if it doesn't have anything to do with the sexual interest, then that means that anybody could be a victim, which is worse.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, it doesn't matter, gay, straight, whatever you want to call it. Children are children. All that, none of that matters at the end of the day. If children are involved, fuck second, it doesn't matter, dude.
And not only that, but it's like, okay, but you could be mentally fucking this person up. If it's not for a sexual pleasure or satisfying, or if it's just personal satisfying, right? You're still utilizing a child for this, and that's wrong.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I always felt it was fucked up when people bring up, like, you know, like gay man grooming a minor or whatever. Like, who cares? Right. Sexuality doesn't matter, you know?
No, not at all. Intent is all that matters.
Guys, this is just purely like a weird fantasy, and it does not carry over into the real world whatsoever. Of someone who drew like fan art of my Fox character back in 2016. I then apparently replied to them, like jokingly saying not thick enough, and then asking for their age, and they said 15. So when people saw this, they instantly drew parallels to the grooming allegation. I asked them for a thick version, and they drew this, which isn't even really that different from previous things they drew before even getting into contact with me. I didn't commission it. What was drawn wasn't pornographic. They'd drawn very similar stuff before, and there was no roleplay here. It was nothing.
And last I checked, we pretty much all forgave him.
No, he lost subscribers. There was many hit pieces, and there's still people to this day who aren't convinced that he's not a groomer. You can't just blanketly say that, oh, he was forgiven. I mean, it wasn't like he just came out and said, guys, I didn't do it, and everyone was like, oh, okay. He dismantled the accusations against him, providing proof, you know, doing all the stuff you should have done, or Synny should have done.
He is a coomer, a gooner, but not a groomer. Grooming requires intent and a desire to get with someone.
No. Grooming, you are half correct. Grooming requires intent. You cannot disprove somebody's intent, and you've yet to do so.
Synny did neither. If you want to get with a 14-year-old, you have to be a pedo. Now,
that's also not true. I mean, again, you're saying that she had no sexual interest, so she might not be a pedophile, but she is an equal opportunist offender. So it's like, just because she's not a pedophile doesn't mean that she's not a danger to people or to kids.
Yeah, no, that's stupid, bro. That's a dumbass argument to make. None of that shit matters.
Exactly. Mono Cabello, Pyro lost subs, lost respect from a bunch of YouTubers, just fell off. Haven't heard of Pyro since 2015, 2016. He still does videos. He does still do videos, and I know that, but he's not nearly as popular as he once was, that's for sure. He didn't just, like, skate on by unscathed.
Coomer art, so there must be evidence of her drawing Shota, Lolly, or Cub, right? I mean, the signs were there in public for years.
Neon, if you're talking about Pyro, his name is Pyrocynical, or Pyrocynical TV.
Take a look at her channel. There are tons of videos where she would make suggestive animations of a minor character from My Little Pony. By that I mean Scootaloo isn't a minor character from My Little Pony, but that she's a minor character. She's underage. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, this is cut and dry. She's guilty. But the fact of the matter is, she made those animations when she was a minor herself. A lot of these inappropriate animations of Scootaloo are over 7 years old. Synny just turned 21, so back then she would have been 14. Maybe this is just me, but I don't believe 14-year-olds who drew inappropriate pictures of characters around their age should be canceled years later when they are an adult.
The problem is, though, she was grooming a minor.
Yeah, none of this matters.
What she drew, none of this shit matters, bro. Like, you're pulling shit out of your ass at that point to try to defend somebody. Like, none of like if she volunteered at church with children and they all sang her praises, it doesn't matter. None of that shit matters, bro.
Right. These are all non arguments. Like, her drawing stuff then, yes, we can turn around and say that doesn't make her a bad person, because you look at the timeline, right? You look at, okay, well, she drew that when she was at this age. True. If she's drawing that type of stuff now, then we have a problem. If she didn't, if her drawings matured with her, then all you're doing is looking back on time and what she did. That none of that actually matters. What matters is the fact that she sent porn to a 14-year-old. That's all. That's it. Done. Like, that's what matters. He's trying to make all of these like parallels that aren't even they're not even on the same plane, dude.
This whole argument he has is a waste of time, bro. Like, he wasted his time making this fucking video.
Yeah, and the fact that it's an hour and a half long is like, it's stuffed with so much BS. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the case. A lot of you minors watching this video better go scrub your deviant arts.
Scrub, scrub, scrub till the water's brown.
The problem with this is that this is not the art CC, it's the animation meme community. Stuff like this is absolutely normalized in this community.
That doesn't make it good. Like,
no,
that doesn't make it good. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Just because it's normalized in a community. You know what else is normalized in certain communities? Like the Smash community, what's normalized in there? Not showering. Doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, fuck that,
It
bro.
doesn't mean it's good.
Fuck that.
Like, what is this? You know what's normalized in like other countries? Freaking women being killed for learning. That doesn't mean it's good. Like, the argument is so bad, man, and so easily dismantleable.
Gonna cancel City for this, then you...
He's an idiot. It's like...
better cancel everybody else in the animation meme community.
If that's what they're doing, I don't see a problem with us canceling the entire art community. Like, he says it like it's a valid argument, dude. Oh my god.
He's just so fucking nonchalant about it. That's the best part.
Chili dog, don't talk smack about Smash players. Body wash is expensive. That is true.
Bar soap, you motherfucker. Bar soap. Safeguard, 2 bars for $1. Get in there, bro.
Or get freaking powdered soap. There you go.
Oh, Jesus.
Something. At least get Axe body spray. You know, shower in a can.
Oh God, no. BO and Axe, Jesus Christ, that's the nastiest combination, bro.
It's so bad.
That's so bad.
Animations that say 13 plus or 16 plus or whatever, and the characters in them are very scantily dressed and do inappropriate things. You can have a problem with this. Hell, you can demand that these videos are age restricted, but you can't just cancel Synni for this and give everybody else a free pass.
Nobody was canceling her for making underage art while being underage. She was canceled for being accused and proven as a groomer. You are making arguments. You are defending arguments that nobody has made. That you are defending positions that nobody has attacked. You are dismantling arguments that nobody has stated. Like, you're dismantling accusations that nobody's made.
Bro, there's a thing called thin air, and he loves being in that motherfucker, bro. Just fucking reaching.
Yeah, this is like what he's Mr. Doing. Fantastic level of reaching, dude. This is insane.
Yeah.
Plus, a lot of this stuff is no more inappropriate than things I've seen in animes like Fairy Tail and Naruto.
But you are not sending Fairy Tail and Naruto animations to children. That's the listen, Naruto is a coming of age story. Why is it that? Because you are supposed to grow up with the character. You do not remain that age, right? Naruto grows in age as the story goes on. So do the people who watched it, which is why it's highly regarded as a classic anime, not a brand new anime. You know, there's brand new animes that come out now that I do enjoy, like Fire Force, right? They're teenagers. I'm an adult. I'm almost in my 30s. I'm not gonna go watch freaking Fire Force that has some hilarious, explicit moments with a child, that especially when I don't know. Like, You are burning my circuits here, Mr. Robot.
Bro, you know what I watched as a teenager? Fucking Beavis and Butthead.
Exactly.
All right? That's the shit I watched when I was a teenager. You know what I mean? And I'll even say this shit too. There's a show on Netflix called Big Mouth. It's fucking hilarious, bro. God, I love that
would
show.
never watch with a kid.
No, not at all.
Wouldn't put it on for the kids to watch either.
Now, obviously, it does get a little risque at times with the animation. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? You know, it makes me a little uncomfortable. But it's funny though, bro. Like, it's not like, you know, CP. It's just funny.
Chili Dog, not all Smash players are Chris Chant. Very true. Neon Ice, Irish Spring, and Old Spice, they are cheap. Also true. And F is for family. Yes. Or even Bob's Burgers. I mean, there's a part in Bob's Burgers.
My wife loves that shit.
There's a part in Bob's Burgers where Bob's kids argue over who's the most molestable. Like, it's an adult animation. It's funny. It's meant to be watched for young adults, anywhere from like 17 to 30 years old, or older adults. You're not watching it with kids unless they're your own kids, at which point, you know, everyone parents differently. But you're not taking pictures of these anime characters and sending them outside of context to kids. There's a massive difference here.
Yeah, bro,
he's an idiot.
Never forget what you were like when you were a kid.
Again, when you were a kid. That's the number one identifier here.
You enjoyed Misty when she was in her bikini. You enjoyed Naruto when he did his sexy jutsu. And you enjoyed when Fairy Tail just did a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes, they are coming of age stories. You are supposed to grow up with these characters and have your sexual awakening and all this, that, and the third. But you are a child yourself while you are watching these things. Maybe you're an adult now watching these things. Sure, whatever. But at the end of the day, the problem here is interaction between adult and minor. You are skipping that.
So just so we're clear here, back when Cinny was 13, 14, and 15, she made animations like this. And just about no one had a problem with a minor making animations like this on the internet. Hell, judging by the view counts these videos got, I would go as far as to say that people encouraged her to keep doing stuff like this. So if she grew up with people constantly encouraging her to make animations like the one she's made, then it stands to reason that she would do the same when she grew up. But Jaw, that's not the only allegation in the doc, there's plenty of other stuff as well. I hear what you're saying, so let's look at that doc even more. Now granted, the old stuff she did wasn't that bad. Sure, making a 17-year-old uncomfortable when you're 19 isn't good, but it's not pedo stuff in my book. I'm one of those people who defended Call Me Carson, so I can't say she should be kicked off the internet for doing the same. If you would like to know the story between her and the 17-year-old minor, well basically she sent a bunch of inappropriate messages to the minor. She sent a non-con comic to the minor who was 2 years younger than her. The comic included an F&F character by the name of Boy, who was graping Nightmare Sand supposedly for the punishment of molesting children. Lovely. Oh, and by the way, to make everything worse, the OC by the name of Boy was created by a minor.
Ooh, that's bad.
The minor called out Cinny for this, and she apologized and made a promise that she would never ever do something like this again.
All of this doesn't matter.
This dude just pisses me off, bro.
This is all just fluff. You are leaving out the 19, 17, unwanted, unwarranted, inappropriate. That is all that matters. Did the 17-year-old want this to happen? Considering the 17-year-old was upset over it and didn't want it, it's obvious no. Everything else about it doesn't matter. Falls to the wayside.
Good.
No, none of this stuff.
So here's the thing, right? No, I'm sorry. I was trying to get my thoughts together.
No, you're good.
So here's the thing. If you're just talking age, just age, nothing else, just age. 19 and 17 is not an argument. To me, that is not at all an argument. That's why you have the 4-year rule because of high school and shit, right? So, but if the 19-year-old is being risque and all that shit with the 17-year-old, at that point, 2 adults that do that, it's still a crime. If there's harassment and shit like that, or like stalking or whatever. So you can't use 19 and 17 purely as age as an argument, in my opinion.
Well, you can't even you can't
If
yeah
it's
exactly
wanted.
you can't even use age as warranted as a defense, because you could be 100 years old and be inappropriate with another person who's 100 years old. What matters is consent. That's it. That's all. It's done.
Yep.
That's all that matters. And age can be taken completely out of it. What matters is it inappropriate? Yes. Okay. If it's inappropriate, then is it warranted? No. Or is it wanted? It's not wanted. All right, done. Case closed. It wasn't wanted and it continued to happen. Therefore, that's a problem. Now, if it was like they did it, they were a little risque with it. The person was like, "Hey, I don't like that," and they stopped and they apologized. It's like, okay, cool, fine. We can write that off. It is what it is. 17 and 19, not a big deal, right? If she was like 21 and the person was 14, like in the actual issue, then you start looking at it in a much more sus way. But 19, 17, it's within enough of an age gap to give that person the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, they fucked up here. But if they had continued to do it, you're like, okay, now we have a problem.
Facts.
But age doesn't matter. Consent is what matters.
Is wholesome Christian family fun, but it's not that bad. Tons of people have drawn inappropriate pictures of minors' OCs. It's bad, but it's less bad when Synni did it because she was only 2 years older than the minor. If people don't want you to put their OCs in not safe for work situations, you should respect their wishes. But if you draw your OC as a hot anime girl or a big buff man, you should expect people to draw them in not safe for work situations.
That is the equivalent of, well, what was she wearing?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Granted, if you draw a promiscuous figure and you put it out there, some weird fuck is going to take it and run with it, right?
Because it doesn't even have to be promiscuous. They will make it promiscuous. Rule 34.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair.
You have to be accepting of the fact that that's going to happen. It doesn't mean you have to like it, and it does mean, considering it's your OC, which stands for original character, you have the ability to strike it and trademark it, et cetera, and get it taken down. But he's making it sound like, well, if you do it like that, you have to, you just have to expect. Yes, absolutely. But none of that has to do with the fact that she was doing shit with a minor. None of it. I don't like, where is this going? Who are you defending here? I
don't fucking know, bro.
Personally, guys, just draw not safe for work of me. Plus, there was a video made defending Synni from these allegations. It got hundreds of thousands of views, and it was received extremely well. Sorry, but you can't just agree with a video that's debunking allegations, then change your mind on it because new allegations came out.
Yes, you can. Yes, you absolutely can. Because if you're debunking the allegations and further proof and allegations come out that bolster the original allegations, it can change your mind on things. That's the whole reason for an investigation. Police will see, okay, well, we have a knife. Take the knife, and it's alleged that this is the knife that was used to kill the person. Then they go and swab the knife. Blood of the person who was slain came back. Now we have confirmation that this was used in the attack, not necessarily the murder weapon. Then they go to the coroner, who tells them what was the cause of death. Cause of death was, knife related, throat slashed, whatever it might be. It has gone from an allegation to slight confirmation to total confirmation. That is how it works.
But the thing is, bro, this is someone who didn't look at evidence before making a video.
Somebody who doesn't. How can you call yourself just a robot and you can't even analyze evidence, bro?
Like, fuck you, bro.
You're freaking as useful as a typewriter in the 2024. God.
Bad, but it's a 2-year age gap. And most people only gave her a slap on the wrist for this because of Romeo and Juliet laws.
Protected by the Romeo and Juliet laws.
We dated for a little while. I was a sophomore and he was a senior. It's fine.
No, it's not fine. We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundational relationship. Statute 2705-3.
Why would you need exactly, that's what I was about to say. If anybody has that, that okay, there's a problem.
Yeah.
If you have to carry that around like it was your freaking business card, dude.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, dudes who randomly know the age of consent in every single state. Like, why? Why do you care?
Well,
Like
yeah,
if you're, it's weird, bro. Like you're trying to argue age of consent with like, 'cause I see that with like the pedo catchers and shit.
Right.
Well, age of consent here is 16. They're like, yeah, but they said they were 15.
Well, not only that, but it's like, why are you arguing so freaking hard for this? Why do you know it so easily? Like, why do you know? What's the word? Does it seem like you have said this way more times than you should have? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he had it pat. Obviously, it's a movie, it's a script. But if I ever came across a person who had that freaking who had that like memorized, it's like, bro, that is I don't know, man.
That raises more questions, at the end of the day, when
way,
shit like that
way
starts
more.
happening.
Yeah, it's crazy. Ugh, it's creepy. From the night, long time no see since Lol Cow, early days at least. Oh, shout out to you, sir.
What up, bro?
Yeah, don't recognize the name. Probably recognize you more so in Discord if I knew your Discord username. But this is just weird. It's like I said, dude, it's like he was reading off of a business card without the business card.
Straight up, dude. Like
he had that in his back pocket, man.
Bro, it's almost like Jeopardy, like the useless facts fucking quiz show. Like that's him, bro.
Oh my god, that's ugh.
Granted, a lot of people don't agree with Romeo and Juliet laws, especially when it involves a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old. After all, a 19-year-old can vote, get drafted, and do a bunch of other stuff, but a 17-year-old is still in high school. What Cinny did was bad, but it's not pedophilic, and she did receive backlash for it.
You cannot say it wasn't pedophilic. Pedophilic is a mental state of mind. The definition of pedophilia is somebody who is attracted to a minor, right? That is what it entails. A lot of people think being a pedophile means that you have to have had the sexual act with a child. That is not the truth.
Nope.
It is
not at all.
intent. It is attraction. You cannot
It's a
state
thought.
It's a thought.
It's
You
thought.
can't turn around and say she didn't have thoughts for this. It's crazy. Ugh. From the that is so sorry. From the Hellbent Sinner. Oh, From the Hellbent Sinner was the Discord name. Don't remember if they had name change in the server or not. It's entirely possible. If you were in the server around the time that Rush was mod and people were having fun and swapping names around, it's entirely
he would do that all the time.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that. But yeah, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Thanks for joining and enjoying. Neon. I mean, unless you are Spencer from Criminal Minds. That was probably. Oh, you were from? Okay. Shout out to you. Neon, I don't know what you were responding to that from on that. I was there for the shirt arc. Awesome.
There you go, bro.
There you go.
There you fucking go.
I get you. All right, cool. Neon, hit me up with what it was that you were responding to when you were saying Spencer from Criminal Minds. I don't. That one has me for a loop right now.
Oh, Spencer has a photographic memory. Okay, there you go.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Well, eidetic memory, not a photographic, as he will point out in Criminal Minds.
His problem I have is that she said she would never ever do this again.
Case closed, guys. She'll never do it again. Pinky promise. It's over.
She took a mental note. We out of here, baby.
Yeah. God.
Personally, the biggest problem I have is that she said she would never ever do this again, and she did.
That's the biggest problem that you had, is the fact that she did it twice, not the fact that she did it once. That's the biggest problem. What?
Yeah.
Well, you see, Your Honor, we're operating off of the 3-strike rule. I know my client's done it 2 times now, but come on. He pinky promised, and we got to give him dude, your arguments
Slap on the wrist. Let him go.
His arguments are so fallible in logic. It's insane.
However, people are also more forgiving about this stuff when it's over the internet. Me hitting on a 17-year-old in real life is different than me hitting on a 17-year-old over the internet. After all, I can see the 17-year-old in real life, but on the internet, I can't see what they look like.
That's not true, and it also didn't stop you from hitting on Synnibear. First and foremost, I will go back to what I said. The reason it is not an issue for 17 and 19 in IRL at school is because you see them every day, you interact with them every day, you know what they look like, you know what your interests are. When you are 19 on the internet interacting with 17 or younger or 18 or younger, you are specifically choosing to interact with that person who is underage. You are not target. You are not confined by the social standards of high school within that age group. It's the same thing as a 20-year-old, 40-year-old, 30-year-old, 100-year-old talking to a minor or a 19-year-old, whatever it may be. You are who sets the parameter around the age group of people you have friends that you are friends with online. Not in high school. High school, you are forced to be around those people.
Yep, exactly. And in high school, with like in like IRL, you can talk to them and all that shit. You're in social situations together, like sports games, cafeteria, lunch, whatever you want to call it. Online, you're literally typing on a keyboard, or you're doing like eventually maybe like video calls and shit. Totally different, bro. Totally fucking different.
It's 100% different. And him turning around and trying to, it's just, people self-report without even knowing. That's all I'm gonna say.
On the internet, I hear someone talking to me. In real life, I see a minor in front of me. Granted, I'm a lot older than Cinny. If I'm talking to a 17-year-old, yeah, I'm gonna get a lot more crap for it. The example I'm giving only works if I'm 19 or 20. But the thing is, as far as I'm aware, Cinny wasn't hitting on this 17-year-old. She was just cooming with them. She would also post gore and say inappropriate things where minors as young as 14 were present. Sure, this isn't good, but it's nothing that would get you that much backlash. Personally speaking, I went on Live Leak a lot as a kid, and I saw some very gory stuff.
But that's
totally different, bro.
That's
totally
you.
Different. Yeah,
you specifically choosing to sort out that stuff, not somebody sharing it to you or you sharing it to somebody else. You are taking culpability away from her by saying you went to personally do this thing. She went to personally do this thing to someone else, not herself. God, man.
Yeah, that's a dumb argument. That's bad faith, man. If there's anything that's bad faith, it's that, because he can't use his own real life example of searching for it rather than someone just sending it and he's receiving it, right? Two totally different situations.
And nobody's gonna get arrested. Here's the thing, though, right? You can age restrict. You can put an age restriction on websites, age restriction on Discord. You can private your Twitter, so that way you are forced to individually allow people to follow you to see what you do. All of those things can be taken into account. First and foremost, she didn't do any of that knowing that she had minors following her. You could argue, okay, that's an oversight. Yes, but it wasn't an oversight for her knowingly sending porn, whether softcore, hardcore, something in between, to a 14-year-old. That was a decision she made in all earnest. Him turning around and going, oh, well, I saw people dying on Live Leaks. It's like, yes, but that only hurts you, nobody else.
That's the other thing, man, because, saying that shit, like as far as like gore and porn and all that, a minor can't consent to an adult for that type of shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that argument's gone.
Right. And you could download the most heinous, graphic, murder, genocidal videos on your laptop, hard drive, whatever, and jork it and all that. It's not illegal. None of that's illegal.
Nope.
But it is illegal to have lolly on your computer. It is illegal to send lolly or anything pornographic to children. It is illegal to interact with children in a sexual manner as an adult. All of those things are illegal. And the reason for it is because there is a victim. If you victimize yourself, there is no other, it's just you. You can't be arrested for showing yourself like beheading videos. That's not how it works.
No.
And again, no one's making the argument that she went ahead and showed gore to these kids. The thing is, the gripe that people had is that it wasn't age restricted. That's the problem. That's what people didn't like.
Yep.
You're not arguing that point because you can't argue that point.
Also, in the animation meme community, gore and bloodshed is just common.
It's also common to be naked in a nudist colony. I wouldn't take a kid there.
Oh shit! You just blew my mind, bro. What the fuck?
Like, dude, this whole argument that, oh, it's common. It doesn't matter if it's common. God, dude.
So once again, your hatred shouldn't be placed on Synni, but the entire animation meme community as a whole.
Cool.
Well,
let's get rid of them all.
Well, see, here's the other thing, bro. Going back to what he just said, like growing up, right? Like my mom didn't care the violence I watched, but I couldn't watch like sexual things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct. Same thing.
It's different. It's very different. You know, so I mean, you can't equate gore and like CP or like, you know, whatever was going on. You can't equate the two because it's not the same.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just and not only that, but again, it's an individual it's an individual experience. You're not experiencing it with somebody else, right? Even to this day, if I watch something with my parents, or with my mom, it's like skip the sex scene. It's just because it's not
weird, man.
Yeah, it's weird. Whereas if it's with your, you know, your significant other or something, it's like, oh, you know, it's not weird. It's like if you wouldn't watch it with your brother or your sister, it's fucking weird.
No, honestly, I'll tell you this, man, and I don't mind saying this. I skip all sex scenes at this point because I feel it doesn't add anything to the story. Like me and my wife were watching something, and there was like, you know, there was two same-sex people about to like get it in, and I fast forwarded it, and I didn't know what they were about to do. It ended up they were just kissing, and she thought that I was a certain type of way, you know, and I was like, no. I don't like seeing, because if it looks like it's going to lead into like kissing, obviously, whatever. But if they're like in the room about to lay down on the bed, you know, like I skip it because it adds, to me personally, it doesn't add anything to the story. It just doesn't.
Well, not only that, but it's like, even if I'm like, you know, watching some prawn or something, I'm gonna skip all the kissing because nobody wants to hear the lip smacking and it's just like it's like, just get to the good, right? And then on top of it too, it's like they're almost always like softcore. And I'm not saying like I expect my movies to have hardcore in it, but it's kind of just like, okay, I get it, skip. Like, we're gonna see the same thing we see in almost every other movie, like slow bumping grind, blah blah blah. Let me get back to the killing, like,
exactly.
Get back to the action, the real. It's like,
exactly.
And then on the other hand, it's like I'd much rather be doing this than watching somebody else do it.
Facts, bro.
Like the fact that people are freaking out, going, "Oh, think of the children!" Just
crazy concept.
Hashtag, bro.
Leave the kids alone. Oh my god.
So once again, your hatred shouldn't be placed on Synni, but the entire animation meme community as a whole. Like the fact that people are freaking out, going, "Oh, think of the children!" just makes me laugh so hard.
What do you mean by that?
You're an idiot, bro.
What do you mean by that? Where's the meme? What do you mean by that, bro?
Show me anywhere someone says we shouldn't think of the children. Show me anywhere anyone says that, bro.
Show me a society that looks at that hears something like, "Oh, I laugh when people say think of the children," and they don't immediately go, like,
bro, you're on a list at that point.
Exactly.
You're literally on a list.
You're on
If you guys are canceling Synni for this, then why isn't Jack getting any hate? Look at the end of its video on Synni. His avatar along with her avatar are stripping while being on poles, and this video wasn't age restricted. Oh, so many minors were exposed to this. But again, at the very worst, this is her being irresponsible, not grooming. Most of the stuff.
But Jack is younger than Synnibear. How is someone younger going to groom someone older than them?
Yeah, like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
And not only that, but your argument is, oh, well, this video wasn't age restricted. Okay, maybe it should be. We can argue that. Like, this isn't an argument. Nobody's turning around. Again, you're defending a position that nobody made. Nobody turned around and said, it's okay that Jack makes, you know, stripper comics or whatever. Nobody's defending that. Nobody turned around and went, oh, it's totally okay. But what Synnibear is drawing is wrong. That's not an argument here. None of that's in question. Nobody cares about that. And even if you did care about it, people are more concerned about a 21-year-old sending porn to a 14-year-old than they are about a comic.
Yeah, like, stop it. That's why they always say, bro, like, even if a minor does reach out to an adult, it's up to the adult to stop the interaction. And if an adult continues the interaction, it's not like they're going to blame the minor. You know what I mean? Because the adult's still committing a crime. It's just like if someone tries to sell you drugs, or if you're speeding, you make the effort to speed, and granted, I'm not equating it, but it's still laws that you are breaking and you are willing to break, even if the opportunity presents itself to break it.
I think a better example would be like if you were racing on the streets. Just because somebody wanted to race with you doesn't mean you had to do it.
Yeah,
like
there you go.
that's the thing. And the amount of times where a minor was legitimately proven to be like intentionally turning somebody into a pedophile of some sort is so infrequent that you would have to like search for it. And even then, it's like even then on court cases where it's been like they had some role to play in the minor and adult interaction, the adult still goes to jail. Like it doesn't matter if this person had the manipulation skills of a master genius. You still interacted in this way.
You're still the adult. You're supposed to you're supposed to block them and move on.
Exactly.
Like, you're the adult, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And the doc doesn't really show her doing that much bad stuff at the start. I don't think
he says, knowing full well he didn't look through all of it, which is insane.
Having your OC.
Good job, bro.
Whip of a drawing. I'm going through the 15 stages of grief, and now I'm coping by being sexy.
Suggestive pose where minors can see it is that big of a deal. If it was,
it is a big deal. You have a duty. You have a duty and a responsibility to your audience. And if you're irresponsible with it, then that's what happens. Like it's the bottom line.
Then the doc maker would also be at fault. Also,
that is the most dumbest thing. I'm gonna replay this because that is absolutely, and he's had this point too, which is just stupid.
See it is that big of a deal. If it was, then the doc maker would also be at fault.
Imagine saying, well, you're at fault for providing evidence. What? What? Like,
bro, the docket maker is trying to put it out there for everyone to see and draw their own conclusions, which what the conclusions are, and any sane person should have those conclusions. The fact that you're mad at the person for putting that out there,
or even trying to equate it. Even trying to equate it's BS. It's like, oh, well, you know what? I think that the prosecution is just as guilty as the murderer because they showed pictures of the murder. Yes, it's called evidence. It's called circumstantial evidence, hard evidence. It's called physical evidence. Like, and he's made this argument before too. He's like, well, I wouldn't put porn in my description. No, of course not. But you can give a disclaimer and tell somebody, hey, on this doc, there is not safe for work stuff, et cetera, et cetera. But it's if you're going to accuse somebody of doing something with not safe for work material, you can't just say it and not prove it. That's the whole reason for the document.
Bro, imagine if courts convicted people with no evidence.
I mean, some have happened, but yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's crazy. Oh my god.
Also, anyone who made a video about this situation, as they were linking the doc showing images of her OC in sexy outfits, would also be at fault. Guys, you can't call something then put it in a video without age restricting it. Sure, the doc does censor out a few things, but it doesn't look like anything that bad was blocked out. Like this image was gore art, not her being topless, or at least that's what I've been told. Yes, her avatar is in underwear, but they're not fully naked. But then you have things that are a little bit worse, like her saying to a 13-year-old that she's looking for a not safe for work chatbot to talk to because she's horny. Run away, I've got to. Maybe this is just me, but I don't think you need to.
You realize that's a tactic that groomers use, pushing the boundaries and explaining. It's not like she's turning around and going, oh, I'm horny, help me with this. But saying it and using that verbal language around a minor is testing the waters to see if they're okay with it and allow it to continue.
Bro, all that shit is what they call like the constantly moving the goalpost. They throw shit out there to see if it gets caught. Right. Then they move it to keep pushing. Right. And they just keep pushing it until finally, you know, unfortunate things happen.
Exactly.
So that's all that was.
It's just
that's
desensitizing them. That's it.
Exactly. Slowly but surely. It's sick, dude.
Be telling 15, 14, and 13-year-olds that you're horny. I skimmed over the doc because most of the stuff I saw in it was small potatoes compared to the accusation I heard about her.
Admittedly, Your Honor, I kind of skimmed over the evidence while defending my client. I think I should be given a recess to look over all of it. Like, bro, how do you make a defense video and say, I skimmed over the evidence?
Yeah, fuck you.
You're an idiot, dude.
Grooming a 14-year-old. Then, when I finally got to the end of the shorter doc, I found out that the bigger and longer doc was the one about the grooming. Now, I want to make this clear. I do not believe Synni is a pedo. She more than likely would have done this with anyone regardless of age. The 14-year-old who made the doc even thinks that this is the case. She was being irresponsible by talking to the 14-year-old this way, but I don't think she was doing it to get with the 14-year-old. Also, I'm gonna be real here, the idea that people are saying Synni is a groomer but not a pedo is absolutely silly.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
How?
I don't want this pattern to repeat
She's
itself.
self-admitted.
I want to be better. Nothing I do will ever make this right.
I just don't understand how he thinks it's silly. You can be a groomer without having sexual intention with a child. The same, like you literally just said that that you don't believe she had these sexual intentions and that she probably would have done it to anybody. So that means that she could have groomed anyone without sexual intent. Like, what do you mean it's silly?
Well, the other thing too is grooming doesn't really have to mean sexual. Grooming could be anybody. It could even be an adult. You're grooming
them for a position at a job.
Well, exactly. And when you look at it this way, I see you could interchange grooming with brainwashing, right? So, I mean, granted, yeah, she did what she did, and she 100% groomed this motherfucker into thinking this shit's okay and to keep moving the goalposts, like I said. But the fact that Robot is making that argument, he just makes himself look like an idiot.
And it just doesn't make any sense because so far there's not a single shred of anything that he's shown or said that would change anyone's mind. And we're like 25 minutes into this video. Like what evidence has he even shown that she's not?
And the other thing is there's nowhere in any law, right, that says a minor can consent to anything with an adult. No matter what it is, bro. Didn't have to be sexual. Anything.
Yep. Anything at all, yeah.
But I want to make sure it never happens again.
This is
hell, some schools won't even allow a step parent to take a kid away from the school.
No.
Like some school districts, some states have that where the biological parent has to take it or the adoptive parent has to take it. Like sometimes, yes, you can be put on the list to like be able to take them away, but there are times where they're like, nah, we need to get confirmation from the biological parent.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like my wife's best friend, like her son, my wife is on the list to be able to take him away because I mean, like I said, we've known them. Like I've known them even before I met, my wife. So they've known them like 10 years. She's seen the kid grow up and the kid, I think he's like 14 or 15 now. Like he could clearly say, yes, I know her. Like she's best friend of the family or whatever. They still call the parents to say, hey, such and such is here to pick up your child. Is that okay? Like, I get it. And it's awesome that they do that, but again, his argument is it's fucked because again, minors can't consent to anything with adults, and schools even go a step further with that.
Crazy. Neon, so Kumo struck someone for using his character in a thumbnail. These alternate Coomer Council degens just, hey, if he wants to go ahead and try and strike this for having his face in the thumbnail, I mean, bro, you're gonna dig your own grave with that one. Unless your avatar is trademarked, then there's nothing you can really do, and it also makes you just look like a bitch.
Wildly irresponsible. It's an optics nightmare.
And even if it is trademark, if I change it even just a little bit, it is no longer the original trademarked image. Suck it.
Yep.
And I don't know why she did this, especially when she made the promise that she wouldn't do this again.
That's not a defense. I don't know why she would talk to a child again after saying she wouldn't. Maybe it's because people lie.
Never happens again.
This is wildly
She forgot her mental
irresponsible.
note, bro.
It's an
Yeah, she lost the mental post-it stamp somewhere.
optics nightmare, and I don't know why she did this, especially when she made the promise that she wouldn't do this again. However, when you consider the fact that neither I nor the 14-year-old believe that Synni is a pedo, then you have to ask yourself, how is this grooming? If you're not trying to get...
Because they are not one and the same. Being attracted to a minor is not the same as grooming a minor. They are two different things, which is why they have two different words, two different definitions for them, and two different sentences if found guilty of either. Although, unfortunately, you can't just be jailed because you're attracted to a minor. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's the sick shit, right? Like, everyone has freedom of thought. Like, you can think anything you want. It's not illegal. It's when you act on the thought.
Yeah, intent is always what it is.
With someone, you're not grooming them. If you want to hate on Synni for this, that's fine, but she's not a pedo. Now I know what some of you are gonna say.
Well, we're not saying she groomed a 14-year-old to get with them. She just groomed a 14-year-old to be more comfortable with conversations like this so she could coom.
Don't get me wrong, I thought that at first, but it turns out that the minor was the one being inappropriate first, and she kept...
And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What was that? What was that?
Bro.
I thought that
That
at
is
first.
the dumbest.
It's such a dumb defense, bro. It's so bad.
But it turns out that the minor was the one being inappropriate first.
It turns out, Your Honor, the minor started the conversation. Oh my God. Yeah, you know, there's a block button for a reason. Like,
this dude's giving me a fucking headache, bro.
He's a moron. He's so dumb. It's not nowhere in the world. Nowhere in the world is that a defense. If you went, imagine trying to tell your lawyer, well, the minor messaged me first. Your lawyer is just going to look at you like, yeah, we're never saying that ever.
No. And look, no adult as well. Never mind. I'm sure adults have tried to use that in a defense, but no lawyer should try to use that defense.
No.
I'll say that.
No, if any lawyer who tries to use that as in a defense, I'm gonna be 100% honest, should be disbarred. Straight up disbarred.
Immediately.
Yeah, that's an awful take. Mono Cabello, wasn't my fault. The minor started it. I was just going along. Exactly. Like, that's not at all, like, it's not a defense in any way, shape, or form, dude.
Like, stop it, bro.
And not only that, but it makes you look infinitely sus, bro. You look bad. And this is what I'm saying. This video seems like he was trying to test the waters as to what would work as a defense for somebody actually being like this. And then it turns around and, it didn't work. Like, God.
He should have never made this video, bro.
He should never have made it. And the crazy thing is like, he even admitted that he sent this video to people who knew nothing about the drama. No wonder they thought your video was good. They didn't know the other half. Like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah, but even then, though, I mean, if someone can hear the statement of the minor interacted with the adult first, so it's their fault. If they can rationalize that, I mean,
I feel like that was the YouTuber response. Like, I feel like he was just blowing smoke that he didn't actually send it. But of all people who did see it was definitely his editor. So, I mean, I get it. It's just a job. I mean, it wasn't his career on the line, right? Like,
yo, facts, bro. But the other thing is, though, imagine like, I'm an editor for Robot. Like, bro, yeah.
Well, at the same time, though, like, I kind of shout out to the editor because even though Just a Robot says that this video convinced his editor that she wasn't in the wrong, even if that's true, shout out to you for getting it out because now everybody knows Just a Robot's thought process and knows where knows where he stands. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
From seek asylum if minor engaging first prompts continued conversation. Yeah. This dude picked all the wrong choices on the freaking dialogue tree. Okay, all of them. Every last one of them was just wrong. Neon, I watched this with Xylee, I think. There was a lot of shouting and desk hitting. Oh.
And she kept on pestering Synni to talk about stuff like this.
Oh, she was pestering her. I mean, what are you gonna do?
It's also important to note that this minor was a fan of Synni's content that includes Scootaloo being in very suggestive outfits, which Synni also made when she was 14. Yes, Synni should not have engaged with this minor.
Done and over with. Your video is rendered moot at this point. She should not have engaged with this minor. That's what everyone is saying. Like,
bro, how many times has he literally contradicted his own fucking argument in this video?
Yeah, like that's the entire video. That's the entire video.
Motherfucker, a walking contradiction, and this is the wrong subject. This is the wrong subject to do this shit with, bro.
This is like what Eminem said to MGK. I'm confused. You compliment me on one line and insult me on the next. Like, it's the same thing. On one hand, you're here saying she did wrong, but on the other hand, you're saying, but not really wrong. God, dude.
She was the adult in this situation, and what she did was incredibly irresponsible. It also makes her look really, really sus. But
that is...
Makes you look sus too, bro.
Sus is not the right word. It makes her look criminally liable. Like,
guilty.
You look sus for defending her. She is stick the fork in her, she's done. Like, God.
Then again,
I don't like my steak well done, bro.
Yeah, this is overdone and cooked. Like, oh my gosh, she's an idiot. He's an idiot. They're all idiots.
He was an adult, sent a lot of inflation stuff to a minor. He got backlash for what he did, but he did beat the grooming allegations. No, I do not know why she couldn't talk to an adult about this kind of stuff. She brought up that she talked to this 14-year-old because she was as open about not safe for work stuff as she was. And yeah, of course she was. She just started puberty. Yes, Synni...
So what you're saying is Synni found somebody in the prime of, or in the thralls of starting puberty, sharing the same level of openness and talking to them and continuing a sexually charged conversation for an elongated period of time. That's an intent. That's grooming. Like, I don't understand, dude.
Yeah, his defenses are trash, bro.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. There is no defense, right? But the fact he's trying to, what he's coming up with is trash.
Right. It's just incredibly
Knew the minor's age. She asked early in the convo. Sure, she could have forgotten this person's age. I talk to a lot of people myself, and it's hard to keep track of stuff like this sometimes.
That sounds like you testing a defense for what might pop out later.
That sounds like copium, bro.
Yeah,
copium.
That's not an excuse either. Your Honor, I forgot the age. Like, that's not
shocking.
It's not an excuse. This is not an excuse.
But she acknowledged that this person was young a few more times. Then they started to talk about, not safe for work stuff. But none of the not safe for work topics they went over were nearly half as bad as some people made them out to be. Like,
it doesn't have to be half as bad. It doesn't need to be incredibly bad. Not safe for work. Who works? Adults work. Who don't work? Minors don't work. Unless, of course, you're in a third world country. That's the problem here. That's the problem. Like, it's not okay for work, meaning it's not okay even around adults within the workplace.
Bro, all this too, it could be one comment. One comment said, even if the minor ignored it or didn't see it and just continued whatever conversation they were having, they could point out the one comment to show intent. That's all that matters.
Some of this quote-unquote not safe for work stuff includes lyrics from the song I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie. I heard that in the Shark Tale movie.
I like square butts and I cannot lie.
Hey boss, big butts.
Can't hear you, bro. I think you're muted if you're talking. Yo, can't hear you. Yep. I got you.
Okay, there we go. Okay. What I was saying is that this point right here, the whole him saying the song and all that, it was used for comic relief. It wasn't like this Shark Tale movie was just nonstop sexual content. This moment in this movie was used as comic relief. That is a massive difference.
A lot of like kid movies have like adult jokes that like kids wouldn't pick up on,
right?
But it's not like blatant. You know, it's not like a blatant sexual joke that's like inappropriate as fuck. It's just like little like innuendos and shit for the adults to laugh at.
Yeah, so, exactly.
You know, if a 5-year-old hears that song, they're not going to immediately think shit. If a 12 or 13-year-old, yeah, probably. But like if like a G-rated audience hears that, they're just going to laugh and move on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole thing. Again, intent is what matters here. And he's completely leaving out intent. Yes, they are just song lyrics, but when they're used in a sexually charged conversation, it is no longer just a joke. It is intentionally being used to push the envelope.
But what about the inappropriate pictures, like her sitting on a pile of sand corpses while hugging boy? Is hugging porn now or something? There's also pictures of her in boy and bunny outfits.
You can't even... That's so incredibly dishonest, dude. Come on. And he even had to in the interview with Chud, he even had to turn around and go like, yeah, that's probably like BDSM. Oh my God. Shouldn't he be trying to distance himself from minor oriented content? This is a kid's... Yeah. No, 100%. The only thing is like in any Disney, DreamWorks, there's always going to be some adult themed content in there, but it's utilized. Yeah, it's utilized as comic relief. The movie isn't centered around like desensitizing kids to that stuff.
No,
now,
and I mean,
go ahead.
And I'll say, I'm sure there's kids movies where none of that's in there, but like, you know, majority of like kids movies, even, well, I wouldn't say G-rated, I'll go PG rated movies. There's like adult innuendo jokes and all that. Like Disney G-rated movies are probably not going to have a lot of like, you know, crazy shit, you know, but it's not meant for the children to like pick up on, but it's also not put into a point where it's in their face. It goes by so damn quick. Adults pick up on it, but kids are like, they're just watching a movie. You know what I mean?
There's a reason why there's like a subgenre of like all the sexual innuendos you didn't notice as a kid. Like there's a reason there's compilations of that, because you're not attuned to those things yet.
Ooh, so scandalous. None of this stuff is actually hardcore corn. It's just softcore corn.
Okay. And? Like,
doesn't matter.
None of that matters.
Any form, bro. Any form.
Yeah, it's like, dude, imagine outing yourself as being okay with sharing softcore porn with kids. Like, that's insane. I don't, bro. You shot yourself.
Not a title I want.
No, yeah.
That's not a title I want.
Just a robot. You can keep that title, man.
For those of you who do not know what softcore corn is, think of it like the sexy jutsu from Naruto.
No.
Why?
Not even. That's
why,
not.
bro?
I mean, no. That's,
bro. I don't know if you're too young to remember this show. It was on, I think, Showtime, right? Neon. He'll probably know. Red Shoe Diaries.
Oh, I've never seen it.
That, my friend, was softcore. But here's the funny part: it actually had a story. Right, like it followed a story, and obviously there was like, you know, scenes in there, but that was literally, to me, the definition of like softcore.
Well, like, and in Naruto too, the sexy jutsu, guess what, is used as comic relief every single time it's used, even in serious situations where it's life or death. Like when Naruto's fighting Kaguya with Sasuke at the end of Naruto Shippuden and all that, they use reverse sexy jutsu, now reverse harem jutsu, on Kaguya, who is revered as a god. And it's
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't worry. It's comic relief. It's just used as comic relief. They're not just walking. Naruto's not like just walking around in his sexy jutsu form and like, oh, this is just a normal thing. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Sure, it's a bit risque, but under the law it would not be considered hardcore corn. This kept on escalating until she sent the same not safe for work essaying comic to this minor, and requested this minor to draw even more corn of the character of Boy and Nightmare Sans. From the censoring job, it looks like a few parts of this comic would have been legally classified as hardcore corn.
There is no legal definition of hardcore or softcore, just a regular definition. Courts don't split hairs when it comes to that. And it's a good thing that they don't.
The people who rate things are the ones that distinguish that. Like rated R or whatever, they're the ones that distinguish it.
Yeah, and that goes off of the same with games, like the ESRB rating or whatever it is. None of that matters. Yep. Was it inappropriate? Yes, case closed, done and over with.
The absolute worst thing Cinny sent was this picture of Boy fingering her avatar.
So you realize that's a terrible thing that was sent to a 14-year-old by an adult, and you still turn around and say,
it wasn't that bad.
It was just once.
Doesn't matter, bro. One time's all it takes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, none of it matters.
However, it should be noted that the doc maker was not the one who censored this out. It was actually Cinny herself.
What does it matter?
It doesn't.
What does it matter? Oh, it's okay that you send porn to a 14-year-old because you censored it? Like, none of that matters.
It's the same thing as sending like a picture of like a topless woman, but like, like stars or something covering like the nipples.
Right.
That's still inappropriate. Still inappropriate, even though it's not showing anything because it's censored. Still inappropriate.
Right. Neon Treon Parental Advisory Board. Yeah, that's what it is.
When I first saw this, I thought, yeah, Cinny's guilty. But when I found out that she censored the worst parts of this comic herself, it made her look far less guilty than I was previously led to believe.
Why?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, because it was censored, it wasn't an issue. It doesn't matter how low threshold of it being inappropriate. Inappropriate is inappropriate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when it comes to shit like this, bro, there's no levels of guilty. You're just guilty.
Yeah, you're just guilty. There's no gray areas. Yeah. It's just guilty.
Nope.
Now, there's worse offenders, sure, but you're all still offenders.
Yeah, I mean, that's in the eyes of the law. I'm saying in this particular case, whether it's a yes or a no question.
Right. I hear you.
I agree that what Cinny did was wrong. I agree she was being irresponsible. But I do not think that Cinny is a groomer, a pedo, a child predator, or anything like that.
That none of those things matter. Nothing. After you saying you agree it was inappropriate, nothing else matters. And allow me to explain it to you like this. If you had a kid and you picked up your child from daycare and you learned that they were sharing porn, softcore porn with your underage child, right? Or let's say your 14-year-old in high school, right? Your freaking teacher, your kid's teacher was giving your kid porn, knowing the age, because there's no way you don't. You're gonna look at there and go, oh, well, that's not so bad. No. You would have a riot on your hands. People would be calling for the head of the teacher, the head of the adult, because everyone understands the dynamic between adult and minor. It is inappropriate. Yep. It is wrong. Case closed. There is no go past go. There is no collect 200. None of that. You recognize that it was wrong.
And there's a reason why, like, I guess when you say schools, the one thing comes to mind is like, we called it a puberty class, right? But it's medical documents, medical images they show, right? It's the same shit they show in like doctors' offices, like OBGYN, stuff like that. It's the same exact images they show to explain changes in the body and all that other shit. They don't show like pictures of naked women and men.
And not only that,
not
only that, but you have to get permission from your parents because it's an opt-in, or opt-out. I don't want to say service, but like class.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. If you have to dissect a frog or dissect a pig, your parents have to sign off on it.
Yep.
There's a reason for it. Like,
yep. Exactly. And because I remember when I went through it, like I had to take all the shit to my mom. She had to look at it and sign it and all that shit. And then I took it back and then, I went through the class. But the kids that didn't get permission, they just had like a study period in the library. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So what are you going to do?
Again, you're taking all responsibility and all shit, I lost the word, but you're taking all responsibility from Synnibear, the adult who is the only responsible party here. You can say yes that the minor continued to engage, whatever. The minor has zero autonomy over what should be and shouldn't be okay because they are a minor.
Yeah, that's the thing. At that point, the parents are supposed to acknowledge it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Through both of these massive documents in their entirety, I realized that—
Hold on, let's hear that lie again.
I not think that Synni is a groomer, a pedo, a child predator, or anything like that. After going through both of these massive documents in their entirety—
Later, you had to admit on Chud Logic's stream that you did not do that. You are lying in your video. You were
Great
found
job,
out.
bro.
Yeah, you were found out for lying in your video. Bro, you are dishonest, and I really hope he is not allowed to come back to YouTube at all. Like, obviously, YouTube's not going to delete his channel, but I hope that, like, his next video is just met with so much friction that he just quits. Because he needs to. Yeah, like, how do you I don't know. You can't regain trust in the people, man. Not after all of this BS.
Nope.
Because imagine him getting into drama in the future. What's the number one thing they're gonna do? You made an 1.5 hour long video defending a groomer, like.
And the thing is, bro, it's archived.
Yep.
It's not like you can delete the video and it's gone. That shit's archived, bro. You're fucked.
Yeah.
I realized that they're just full of nothing. Oh no, Sunny drew a picture of her character.
Okay, yes, drew a picture of her character and a suggestive pose. What is the context around it, though? That is the issue.
In a sexy outfit. Oh no, Sunny said I like big butts, I cannot let you a minor. If the doc maker had to stretch so much, so many times to make such bad points to paint Sunny as a predator, then it stands to reason that it's not a good doc.
Yet you are only using a handful of examples that fit your narrative. And not only that, but you haven't once used the conversation, the DMs between her and the minor. I mean, some of them here and there, but a lot of that was even, you could even see it said general chat. It's not directly between the two of them.
Clearly didn't know what they were talking about, and they were just grabbing any piece of evidence they could to paint Synni as a groomer. The fact that Jack actually looked at this doc and came to the conclusion that Synni was a groomer is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's insane that he went ahead and looked at all 299 pages of evidence.
Like you should have, you fucking dumbass.
Imagine calling yourself just a robot and you can't even process freaking paperwork, dude.
Bro, imagine the time he would have saved him and his editor if he just fucking did that, and then he realized his whole entire shit is stupid.
Could have saved himself his entire career.
And he could have made another video that was entertaining to some.
Or he could have made a video rightfully condemning her for her actions.
After that
Shocking.
And I believe that Jack convinced Synni that she actually groomed someone. Then Synni, feeling bad about it without actually looking at the document, admitted to the allegations. And nothing Synni did was as bad as what Pyro did. So
yeah, you are 100% wrong on that, because
I have nothing to say to that.
Yeah, she knowingly sexually engaged in a sexual manner with a 14-year-old. Knowingly. Pyro had plausible deniability. They are not the same. She was worse. That's just bottom line. And his fixation with Pyro is insanity, man. He must really hate him or something.
Well, the problem is he's using the Pyro example because Pyro was, I'm not going to say forgiven, but people, I guess, accepted that he didn't know it was a minor.
I think his... yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying when in fact fucking a Synnibear knew it was a minor, yet continued and gradually got worse and worse and worse.
But I think what he did is he saw, okay, Pyro's drama centered around kinks and the art community. Synnibear's drama also centers around the art community and kinks. It's exactly the same. It's not the same. You want to know a fantastic parallel between Synnibear's situation and another situation? It is the damn it, what the hell are those two kick losers' names? What do you God, I forget his Zerka and what is it, Muscle Mike or Manic Mike, whatever. Their situation is identical to the Synnibear situation because they literally asked for the girl's number or age, and she said she was 17. She said she was underage, and then they continued to ask her like, "Oh, are you actually 17?" Or they played the character of, "Oh, we don't care. I am a pedo. Blah 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 blah. We don't care about age. If they're younger, they're better." Da 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 da. And then what ended up happening? Zerko ended up on stream making out with an underage girl. That was way more parallel to here because they got the age confirmation and continued to do something wrong. That is way more parallel. But the problem is that paints her as a victimizer, not a victim.
Yep.
And you know, Just a Robot, he really wants that PDF cat, bro. He can't, he can't see the forest from the trees. Jesus gosh.
Please tell me why he's getting a free pass and she's not. Okay, yes, most of the evidence we've seen from Pyro's video shows that he didn't actually know the age of the 15-year-old.
And now you know, you just answer. How do you ask a question and then answer it in the next, like, you just completely and utterly debunked your own argument as to how it's even remotely close to Pyro. He didn't know the age. She did know the age. You, sir, are an absolute fucking moron.
I just don't know how people took this shit seriously.
Nobody did. That's the problem. I mean, I guess that's not the problem. No one took his video seriously, which is why listen, Chud Logic is at like 50,000 subs and he destroyed Just a Robot, who is at like 230,000 subs. And I'm not saying subs are like a barometer as to like your abilities or anything. Chud, I feel, should absolutely be in the 100,000 because he's a freaking based guy. But it should show you that just because you have a ton of subs doesn't make you correct. Like, it doesn't make you right. And it's obvious here. I would be surprised if Just a Robot continues to upload videos. He's not built for it. As soon as he started getting pressed on Chud Logic's stream, he folded like an origami. He's not built for hate. He's not built for adversary, like adversity.
Nope.
Synni, on the other hand, did, which makes her more guilty than Pyro. But the stuff she sent Enna wasn't as bad as what...
Faram, no, but if you're on the morally correct side, people will flock. Absolutely. You could have one sub against a 1 million subscriber channel. You could be one person standing against an army of people. And if you are correct and can prove you are correct, that is all that matters.
Yep.
The problem is he thought that because of his success on YouTube, his subscriber count, people would just back him rather than go look at the evidence themselves. Unfortunately for him, if you could have a 1 million subscriber channel and have multiple 10,000 subscriber channels who actually look at the evidence and tear them apart. Like, it's...
And then you lost your career over this.
Yeah, you lost your career. And you didn't even get a hit. Bro, you should have got it in before you put the video out, my man. God.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah, this dude's an idiot, bro.
I await. I will 100% react to the first video you put out, and I'll probably just read the comments. But yeah, God, dude.
Yeah, good call on that.
Like, how in the world? Like, what's his next video? Like, that's really what's his next video? Like, he can't do controversy anymore.
Nope. And I was gonna say, unlike Dr. Disrespect and his controversy, I don't see him having the loyal followers.
Well, again, Dr. Disrespect is able to operate under a cloud of not knowing. We've not seen the logs. We don't know we can't define inappropriate because we don't know what they've talked about. We have Just a Robot's logs, voice messages with Synnibear, where he's asking her to like let him fall asleep to the sound of her voice. Like, it's Jover, bro. It's Jover.
Yeah, the rap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Pyro said to Ivory. Like, it's not even close. Also, Pyro did continue talking to the minor when they turned 16. Now, 16 is the legal age of consent in the UK, so it's really up to you to decide which one was worse.
Or are you arguing that?
No. It doesn't matter if it's the age of consent or not. What matters is the content of their conversation, to which nor us have the logs for. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, arguing age of consent is more difficult when you live in another country versus arguing it here in the States, and even state by state, it's different. But it's like for me, right, growing up in my state, being the age of consent is 18. No matter where I go, that is it. That's it. It doesn't matter if I'm in another country. It doesn't matter if I'm in another state. It doesn't matter any of that. It's in my mind, age of consent is 18. It doesn't matter where I go, because it's been burnt into me for almost 30 years. So.
Oh yeah.
And anybody, you're a freak if you go to another state just to be able to skate by on the age of consent. You need to be locked up.
Well, you're also talking about morals at that point as well. Like, not even legally. You're talking about just morally.
Yeah, some people are more morally bankrupt than they are financially.
Facts.
Cinny, in her infinite wisdom, has decided to release this piece of diary. Oh, her response. Once Jar and I caught wind of this, we reacted accordingly.
I'm really sorry, but
I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
For making Jar's life. Oh, it's the message from the editor. Okay. I'm like, what is going on at this point, dude?
Yeah, this editor, yeah.
Okay. Monocabello, drinking age is debatable though, right? Yeah, drinking age is slightly debatable. I mean, you can drive a car at 18, you have to wait to drink at 21, you can serve your country at 18, and then once you're enlisted, you can't even drink on base. Like, there's more nuancing there, but it's like, yeah. I mean, in Ireland, you can like start drinking at like 14 or some shit. Like,
dude, in Greece, there is no age.
Yeah, and even in this country,
for drinking.
Yeah, even in this country, people used to like rub alcohol on babies' gums to get them to go to sleep. Like,
dude, when I was a baby, right, and I was having like kidney issues, and I wouldn't like go to like urinate and all that, the doctor told my mother, take his bottle, fill it half with beer and half with water.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Legit. Yeah. So it's like, and I peed like a fucking racehorse that to clean me out, you know?
Like, it's just, oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying it's funny how times change.
Yep, Faram, you're also correct. Screwed for sure. Can't even smoke in the States till 21. Yeah, they passed that law a little while back. Yep. I was raised in Mexico. My first drink was at 15, Montecabello. Yeah, exactly. Mexico is like anywhere from 13 to 15. And if you're not like, having a kid and married by 16, like it's in some places in Mexico, you're kind of like looked at as like a failure. Like it's all different. Neon, some European countries, if you can see over the bar, you can drink. Yeah, it's all just based off of where you are, based off of where you were raised. Okay. I run a vape shop. Only reason I know oh yeah, I used to smoke and vape, so that's how I knew it too. But luckily for me, I was already 21 by the time they passed that law.
Facts, me too.
Yeah.
Did Cinny really say she was going to kill Jack? Well, yes, but there's some much needed context that you are missing.
Oh, now context matters. Now context matters. Incredible.
First of all, it's sad that people are flipping out over this and taking it so seriously. People have said they're going to kill me on Xbox Live lots of times, and I've done the same. Me and my roommate jokingly say we are going to kill one another all the time.
Yes, but did your roommate accuse you of a crime? Because that
with evidence,
yeah, because that's completely different. That's called like it's it completely changes the narrative. Jack accused her of a crime. She, in return, even jokingly hinting at physical harm, can be taken as serious by the law. Like, you have to know the situation that you're in. And she doesn't.
Yep.
You don't. God, man. Didn't, I guess I should say, past tense.
I could tell super early on that the screenshots Jack posted to its Twitter were taken out of context instantly. Here's the context for the first screenshot.
Okay, so this is at the time when Jack...
So this is Goblin. This is the other person in the video of the Groomer Defense Force along with Kumo. And this is her attempt to go ahead and basically, like, obviously, I'm sure Synnibear was joking, but Goblin is a part of the Groomer Defense Force, okay?
Jack is recording the video, right? What the hell? I love Jack so much. What happened? Right now, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. He's framing me as a sex.
Hold on. This just further boisters the fact that it's a motivated statement. This isn't a joke. This is worse. This is worse. You're literally putting where it is. You're literally saying, I'm being accused of this by this person. I hope they die. That is worse. That any police officer would look at that and go, oh, you have motive to hurt this person. How did you think this was good?
Yeah, that's...
Oh my God. Mono Cabello, context only matters to fit his narrative. Absolutely. Neon, I promised someone I wouldn't use Goblin as a... for Rom, Goblin is the person that is talking right now. She's part of... Her and Kumo were the original Groomer Defense Force. Like the fantastical short creature. Yes, Goblins. Her and Kumo were the original Groomer Defense Force, but then Just a Robot came along with over 100 times more subscribers than them, and so therefore she as in Synnibear, decided to go with Jar's help rather than their help, and they're very scorned about it.
Saying I assaulted him by touching his ass and boobs, but I would always ask if it was okay that I did that. And he always said yes. There were times when I poked him in places he didn't like, but I didn't realize it bothered him that much. I thought it was just playful. I don't know.
Oh.
That's a one-sided story. That's not evidence. That is their accounting. That is the accused accounting of what happened. It's not evidence. It's just a statement. And not even a statement of fact either.
No, she said she would kill Jack because it was accusing her of SAing, because it rescinded its consent, which is something you can't do.
Yes. Yes, it is. Now, you're talking more so in the sense of, oh, well, they're just saying that, oh, I didn't want to give this consent or whatever. There's a reason why if you're drunk and you can't be seen as consenting. There's a reason why if your faculties are enabled or disabled, I guess, depending on how you look at it, you cannot in any way, shape, or form be seen as consenting. You might consent in the moment. Legally, that consent is rescinded, and you can have regret about it. You can also prove that a person got you into a state of intoxication, regardless of what the substance is, that in order to get you to comply. Those are all different ways that consent can be rescinded, whether by you or by, context. Anyways.
No, I was going to say the other thing too is, I mean, he fails to realize that, two consenting adults can go all the way right before penetration, and someone can say no and it stops.
Exactly.
Right there.
But this is the crazy thing. This is like this one right here.
Her of SAing? Oh no, she said she would kill Jack because it was accusing her of SAing because it rescinded.
You're making so light of that, but yet if Jack had turned up dead, then what?
Yeah.
Then what?
He's making a mockery of this at this point.
Guess who would be prime suspect number one? The person who said they wished he was dead. Like, Jesus Christ, man. If you aren't mentally equipped in the time frame, you really can't consent. Exactly. Exactly. Just because I quoted Reacher TV series in an investigation, details matter from Neon. 100%. Yeah. Like, you're literally turning here. You wanted to add context in an effort to downplay what she said. The problem is that adding context just further boisters a person's belief that she truly wants this person to have harm. Like, she gave the motive for her reasoning of wanting Jack to die. Like, in the same sentence. Like, you are the worst defense attorney in the goddamn world, bro. You might as well have just walked her to her sentencing. Like,
basically.
God.
Its consent, which is something you can't do. Kind of seems weird that Jack rescinded his consent at the absolute perfect time.
Who says that he consented? Do we have a statement from him that says that he was consenting to all of this? Did he state that, yes, I was okay with that at that time, and now I am not? Like, no. All you have is Synnibear's accusation that he was okay with it. You do not have a statement from him stating that at the time he was and later rescinded it. God, man.
A lot of assumptions right now. A lot of assumptions.
A lot. Well, he's also just taking her word as fact, which you can't do.
Sorry, but if you give me or anyone consent, you can't just take it away months later. You can give...
That is a dangerous statement.
Very dangerous.
Imagine telling that to a woman, like, or to anybody. If you give me consent, you can't take it away later. Like, what?
I think, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I think what he's saying is, let's say if there's a sexual act committed and you consented at the time, you can't say months later that you didn't consent.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
I think that's what he's saying, but at the same time, if you're talking in the context of just conversation, if you're talking in the context of a continued sexual relationship, like if you had sex with somebody 10 times, and then on the 11th time they try to reject consent, then yes, that's a fucked up statement. You can't say that. They can 100% take it back.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's saying a lot of very cliffable shit.
Your consent when something is happening or about to happen, but not months after the fact. I can't believe I have to explain this, but apparently I did. Also,
oh no.
But can you prove that that's what happened outside of her making that statement? No, otherwise it would be on the screen right now.
Yep.
Like,
me and my roommate touch one another's asses all the time. It's a form of bonding with guys. If Professor Dreadlock decided to take away his consent months after the fact and painted me as a groomer, I would put him 6 feet under. Also before this...
That just sounds bad, bro. God, that sounds bad. Like I said, I think I don't know if you muted or not, Plex.
No, I just paused.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, if you're playing grab ass, right, and all of a sudden dude says, "Yo, stop it," then you fucking stop.
Right,
It's
like
a little weird to have an argument like that, but that's basically what he's saying.
But he's leaving out the context of consent. That's literally that's the context here. You and your roommate consent to this type of horseplay. That's it. Like, there's no argument here. You have no statement of fact or no personal statement from Alex that he was okay with it at all.
Cindy was going,
or if you do, you were stupid and didn't put it on screen.
Over the stuff of her roommate painting her as a groomer. The second screenshot, the one about the gun, was sent after Jack moved out of the house.
Jack.
What? Okay.
Jack made a Twitter thread saying he has more info on me, is making a second video on me. He said he was talking to my friends and coworkers all day and is now staying with my coworkers, I think, but I don't know which ones. He said he's stealing my friends, and he said, live and suffer, Kmplxity03. After I saw Jack's Twitter thread, I had to leave work early. I bought a knife, pepper spray, and a crowbar to protect myself. I'm thinking about buying a gun too.
Why? No, that is unhinged thought process. In nowhere, shape, or form so far have you said anything that even remotely gives the intent that Jack is going to do something to harm you. What?
Yeah. It's all assumptions at this point. That's all.
Yeah, it's just an attempt to make her look like she's a victim.
At Izzy over the phone when she was trying to comfort me, but I was convinced someone was in my apartment and they were going to kill me as soon as I entered the place.
Why? There's no, so like, why? Why did you think that? Maybe you're paranoid because you did something wrong? Jesus Christ.
I parked in a neighborhood 30 minutes away from 30 minutes away from where I live. And Izzy went to my apartment to check all the rooms with Jade. I thought someone was there and would kill her, thinking she was me, and I was so scared to try calling her again. Everything was clear, though. I came home and checked all my rooms for myself, my pepper spray in hand. I broke down crying once I saw Stupid. Stupid is the name of the cat, and I slept in my room. I do not blame Synni for wanting to buy a gun to defend herself when all the internet is, like, wanting her dead, and, like, she's being actively doxxed and people are advocating to kill her.
But where's the proof of that? Where's the proof of that? Like, I haven't seen anything of that. I mean, I could probably go look for it. Yeah, the internet is a crazy freaking place. And I can totally see, like, yeah, okay, if that's the whole thing that you want to do, but you're not providing any evidence that would support your level of psychopathy in here. Or not psychopathy, your level of fear.
Yeah, there's no rationalization at this point. Granted, yeah, I mean, anyone should be able to have something to defend themselves, especially in their own home, right? I 100% agree with that. But if you're going to cite fear from someone and you're not saying why, especially at a level of this magnitude when we're talking about shit like this, then, I mean, it just sounds like it's fear-mongering at that point.
Well, not only that, but it's like, imagine going to a gun store, right? Because typically they ask you why you're purchasing it. They ask you, are you purchasing it for sport or for self-defense? Imagine going to a gun store and going, well, you see, I want this gun because somebody accused me of being a groomer and like, yada, yada, yada. It's like, okay, so you're looking for a problem. Now, I haven't seen any evidence of somebody doxing you. If that's the case, yes, obviously that's a problem. Yes, you should have the right to defend yourself. Yes, all of that stuff. But you're not proving it. You're not showing any evidence of that being the case. That's the thing.
This was during a time Synni was getting death threats and also dealing with people calling her boss, showing that they know where she works. Therefore, they probably know where she lives. She just brought up that she...
But that's an assumption. That's not... There's no evidence to suggest that. Is it a smart assumption? Sure, absolutely. But you can't use assumptions like that. Like, that's not in any way going to work. Like, dude.
Not when it comes to life and death.
No. I mean, she herself should assume that, yes, but not the world at a greater sense.
Was getting a gun to defend herself, and that's it. Sorry, but how did you guys fall for this?
Fall for what?
To defend herself, and that's it. Sorry, but how did you guys fall for this? The entire internet wanted someone dead, and they wanted to defend themselves, but somehow this negatively affects a person who got over $10,000? Let me just make this clear. Jack gets $10K, Synni gets death threats. She wants to get a gun to defend herself, and then Jack somehow twisted this into a death threat? What?
Considering she said she wanted him dead... Yes, it's called a context clue. And then you can then make the argument that she was just simply stating that as a reason to get it, that she was hiding behind these supposed death threats as a reason to go ahead and get it. Like, it's not that hard to think, but I guess for some it is. God.
I mean, look who we're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is like, if like, you know, I hope there was no death threats, because I mean, I just, you know, I wouldn't wish that on anybody unless certain shit happened. But anyways, I wouldn't have made that public. I would have kept that shit to myself. I would have informed the police. I would have, you know, done what I needed to do, got something to defend myself, and just left it alone. Like, don't talk about it. Because when you talk about it and you bring more attention to it, then it's going to draw the negative attention as well.
Right. Well, it's kind of like, I forget what the situation was. What was it? Freaking, like just recently RTU like deleted his Twitter, and then somebody else turned around or quote unquote deleted his Twitter. And then somebody was like, oh yeah, that'll stop all the mean comments. Like, it's the same thing. talking about it and making it vocal and making it known that you're vulnerable or scared or whatever is just going to keep it happening. The whole reason why, if you want that stuff to die out, is don't pay any attention to it, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Like, it's that simple.
Yep.
What? By the way, I just realized this. Jack thought Cinny was a threat to children. So why didn't they call the cops? If I thought Dredd was a threat to kids, you can bet your shiny metal ass I would call 911. I guess asking for...
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that is 110% always my thing, right? It's like, why is it that these creators are going on and telling their essay stories rather than going to the police with it? Why are they doing these exposés instead of going to the police? Or why aren't they doing the exposés along with going to the police, right? I have the same argument. Yes, I agree with you. But just because they didn't do it doesn't mean she is innocent.
Well, the other thing too is, I mean, if you do these exposés and take it out public and all that shit, you actually hurt any type of investigation.
Yeah, yeah.
So that way, if there is, and it's not just all alleged, if shit did happen, and, you know, God forbid that happens to somebody, but if that truly did happen, the more public you go with it and the more reach you get with it and clout you get from it and whatever the fuck, you actually hurt an investigation, because evidence can get tampered with and testimony can get tampered with and memories can get clouded. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. And not only that, but there's like there's a specific way that evidence has to be gathered in order for it to be usable in court too.
Yep.
So yeah, and I agree. But just because they didn't go to the police doesn't mean it didn't happen. Look at Diddy's ex-girlfriend. She didn't go to the police until how many years later? Now he's being indicted by the FBI with over 120 counts of SA. Like, it's not it just because they didn't go then doesn't mean that it didn't actually happen. That's not a defense.
Nope.
Money was more important than protecting children.
I am a registered sex offender. I stuck my dick into a blender.
Much like Hopeless Peaches.
So great. That's a banger of a song, dude. You can't that was a song made by a kid too. Like, it's a meme, bro. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god. It's probably the best part of this video so far.
Yeah.
Cinny rushed her response to everything, and it was not a good response at all. It did change a few minds, but for the most part, it increased the backlash she got. This response would have worked if she made it without apologizing beforehand, and before Jack made its video. But at this point, the mob is too riled up to listen to her. She needed to treat this like how Pyro treated his video, or how Pete...
With evidence? Yeah, I agree with you. Like, imagine, well, you see, her video didn't work because she apologized in the first place. Had she not taken accountability for her actions, this would have worked a lot better. Yeah.
You think?
You think? Like, imagine where your defense is, she shouldn't have been truthful, and she probably would have gotten away with it. Like, dude. Oh, this man, like, God, I don't.
Just handled herself.
Just a Robot is the type of person who I believe thinks he's always the smartest person in the room, and that's a very dangerous thought process to have. That means you're not willing to listen to anybody else.
Yep.
Second video, but she made it as if it was just another video, and that's not a good thing. When you hear the call with me and her, you will see that she did not take my advice on how to go about this. She thought she didn't have to go over the doc because other people didn't go over it, but the thing is, this is the internet, not a court of law. On the internet, it's guilty until proven innocent. Also, monetizing the video and uploading it at 5 AM was not a smart move. That being said, the amount of people commenting that they will not watch the video is dumb. If you are too scared to watch it, then you don't fully believe in what you are saying.
Talk about me and the victims. My thing and the victims.
One thing that really shocked me about this whole drama is the amount of people treating this like it's Cinny versus Jack, but they seem to forget about Enno. I think they are left out because they aren't a public figure, so most people just don't care about them. Let's be honest here, Jack made the video about itself, not the minor. The minor got nothing, and Jack got over $10,000. People.
Okay, What do you think that there's like reparations for grooming victims? Like, I don't understand. Like, the minor didn't live with Synnibear. The minor didn't need money to move out and get away from their groomer roommate. Like, none of this makes any sense. Like, these arguments don't. Nobody's arguing anything. People would probably argue that the minor should get money.
There you go.
The family can sue for emotional damages. Like, your argument is fallible here in so many ways because there's avenues for the minor to get those reparations. Like, oh, dude.
People are saying poor Jack a lot more than poor Eno. Guys, Jack is a person with autism and BPD, and they grew up getting bashed by the entire internet, which more than likely had an effect on its development. Oh, and also they go by it pronouns, which is not a normal thing, even by...
What is this defense? Well, they're mentally unstable, so you can't trust them? Like, what? What is this defense?
Honestly, bro, we live in a world where you can literally choose any fucking pronoun you want, so you can't use that as a defense.
Yeah, like, I don't see where's this going.
Trans standards. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and...
Yeah, none of it matters.
Now he's gonna identify trans standards.
I don't understand where this thought process is going. Like, it's like, where are you just making these statements, or is this like a defense?
It's not a normal thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think he's trying to have like a gotcha moment or some shit. I think that's what he's trying to do.
It sounds like the argument he's making is, well, they're autistic, they're bipolar, they also refer to themselves as they're in the trans community. I mean, this person has a lot of mental problems. Are you going to trust them? Like, that's what it sounds like he's making an argument of.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. He's starting to lose the plot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he already has, but the problem is he just keeps losing it further and further and further. Yeah. And it's starting to sound like a bunch of word salad. Yeah. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, I get you, man.
Even by trans standards. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that it's best not to take it at its word and give it over $10,000 in 3 days.
But nobody just took him at his word. They looked at the 399 pages of evidence. No, 188 plus. Oh, 200. Yeah, you're right. 299 pages of evidence and drew a conclusion from that.
Unlike you. Unlike you that makes an 1.5 hour long video. Fuck you, bro.
Like, I would have totally agree with him on this point if those Google Docs never existed and it was just his word against her. Like, I would 100% agree. The problem is that there were Google documents supporting what he said.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going off topic for this, but if anyone is going to try to make the allegation that I'm simping for Synny, I'm not the one giving people $10,000.
What?
Stop it.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
I'm not a simp because I didn't give her 10 grand. What?
That's his bullshit gotcha moment, bro, because he's trying to save face because he knows what happens or what happened.
It's called support, dude. People wanted to support him for coming out and needing help to get away from her. Like, that doesn't make them simps. You know what makes somebody a simp? Defending somebody who's guilty for no other reason than the fact that you are sexually attracted to them.
Shocking.
God, dude.
Giving money to people is closer to simp behavior than not giving them any money at all. I recall people saying poor creep show art during the Peaches drama. That drama involved a woman with black and orange hair getting thousands of dollars for going after a blonde girl for things that were mostly false, but a few things were true. But the things that were true were blown way out of proportion. And now the same thing is happening again, almost the exact same way. Talk about deja vu. I can't believe I'm having to do the same thing I did a few years ago. One of the people I defended Peaches from was Camilla, someone who was obsessed with Undertale, and Synny is also obsessed with Undertale. Am I in a time loop? After looking over everything in more depth than 99% of people talking about this, I can safely say that this drama was blown up to a level that it had no business getting to.
Oh, it's blowing up way bigger than you thought it was.
You have no idea, bro.
He
no
had
idea.
no idea how big this drama was going to be. And nor did he know that he was going to take over center stage for it either. Like, I guarantee had he never made this video, it all could have just blown over, been done with it, everything. But no, he had to be the beacon to light this drama. And now hundreds of people on YouTube are covering it. Crazy.
Yeah. I love how people would try to debunk me on Twitter by sending me the doc they didn't read. I think the irony was lost on them. The commentary...
The irony was lost on people sending me a document that I didn't read, and I accused them of not reading. Like, God, dude.
How ironic.
Yeah. Freak you. You want to talk about deja vu, man? God damn.
Yeah.
Community's coverage of this entire drama was absolutely gross. You guys really need to stop spreading what is currently the popular opinion without looking into things deeper. Face the facts. Synni already quote-unquote admitted to it. You weren't making videos on her to spread the word around. You were just doing it to get a quick buck. You weren't concerned about the safety of minors. You were concerned about getting clout. You guys should have learned your lesson from the Peaches drama.
But what are they going to do? I can't call her local police department and report this without doxing her, without knowing who the minor is, without knowing what county they're in, without knowing all of this information. On one hand, you're over here saying, oh, well, YouTube creators weren't concerned about the kid. And then on the other hand, saying she was being doxed. Well, maybe those concerned people were searching for her dogs to report her to police. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say you're doing nothing about it, but if you do something about it, you're in the wrong.
Yeah, I have no words, bro.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, doxing somebody and putting it up online for malicious intent is wrong. Absolutely. But it's just like, God. And the fact is that you literally... You are literally said in the beginning of this video that you thought a big creator should step in and defend her. So that wasn't about ego. That wasn't about clout. That wasn't about you trying to gain some notoriety. Like,
yeah.
God, dude.
Like I said, bro, this motherfucker's lost the plot and he's just gone way, way off the deep end to the point where like everything he's saying at this point is just digging that hole deeper, bro.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
that's all it is.
He should have turned himself off a long time ago. I don't know what his problem is, man.
Drama, the Dream and John Swan drama, the Pyrocynical drama, and more. But you people keep making the same mistake of jumping on a bandwagon too fast over and over again. I do believe Synni did bad things. She needed to be called out for them, but she did not groom anyone, and she's not a pedo. If you guys seriously believe that Synni sent a minor then you would also be at fault for linking the doc with a quote-unquote porn yourself. If you did not age restrict your video, then so many minors had access to the quote-unquote porn. Some of you may say that what she did was wrong enough for you to never watch her again. If that is how you feel, then that's okay. But don't make up stuff like, she sent nudes to a minor, she's a pedo, or she groomed someone, because none of that is true. I've checked multiple different definitions for grooming.
Keep in mind, this right here, this definition was sent to him by her. And later, she had actually requested him to take this part of the video out.
Of course.
And he chose not to. It's kind of like giving consent and then taking it away.
Shocking.
Great. God, dude. And him not respecting her consent. Or lack of. It writes itself, dude. It writes itself.
What Synni did doesn't fit any of them. Sure, what she did is what a lot of groomers do when they start grooming, but they tend to escalate things and
so her actions fall in line with what groomers do. But just because it didn't escalate to a physical interaction, it's somehow okay?
That's not grooming, bro. Grooming doesn't require the physical interaction.
No, it doesn't. Grooming doesn't require a physical interaction. All it requires is the action itself of trying to get this person okay with a set standard. Which,
like I said, bro, it could be in the whole conversation and it could have been missed. It takes one comment.
Yep.
One.
That's all it takes.
She didn't escalate things for 6 months. Or, who knows, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't actually know what grooming is. I know the RCC is more than likely going to try to use this video against me.
Not just them. Not just them. Everyone used it against you, bro. This is freaking evidence number 1 right here, or exhibit A. Like, God.
They are going to paint me as someone who is okay with degenerate stuff being shown to kids, or
shocking.
Yeah, you did it to yourself, brother.
As if it was unwarranted, bro. You literally said the 14-year-old messaged her first. Of course, people think it's okay. God, dude.
That I'm defending a groomer. Both things that aren't true, as I've proven in this video.
I don't know how you look back on this video and think you proved anything.
I was gonna say, all you proved was you're a fucking idiot, and that you put out a video dogpiling on people that looked at evidence, but then turned around and said that you used the evidence for your own argument.
Yeah, you literally put in the video Pyro debunking the false allegations against him. Like, how? And then on the same time, you tried using his situation to like equate that, like.
You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your own case.
Yeah, dude.
God damn it.
I thought that I didn't think robots could self-emulate, but god damn.
Remember our conversation on androids we had, bro? This is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, you filthy synths.
I can't, bro.
He did wasn't okay, and I show that she isn't a groomer. What Cinny did was wrong. What she did was irresponsible. However, whatever punishment you think she deserves, I believe she already got it. Now, if you were one of the people who made a video—
How, Sway? What exactly happened to her in which you could turn around and say she's paid her dues? As far as I know, she's still capable of uploading on YouTube. She's still monetizable. She still has a following. She's not arrested at this point. There's no legal ramifications. What penance did she serve?
None.
Yeah, other than people just not liking her. Like, God, dude.
Video on Cinny, and you disagree with things I'm saying in this video, then let's have a debate. It just seems a little strange to me.
Yeah, you had to. Yeah, that didn't work out so well for you, did it? Having a debate.
Yeah.
Jeez, bro. You should be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. God.
Me to make a video on someone without reaching out to them. Oh wait, you guys already did that. I, along with Kumo, were the only two who reached out. I know a lot of people won't watch this video, so if you are going to disagree with me, please put #pineapple_soda in your comment. All one word, by the way. If you don't, then I know you were too scared to have your opinion challenged. I've made videos on predators before, and
nobody needs to watch your entire video in an effort to know that your video is trash.
I mean, it took us what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, like it wasn't that process like that big of a deal. Like, he's over here like, oh, put pineapple soda in the comment section, and then he started arguing with people in his comment section saying, oh, you didn't put the key words, so obviously you didn't watch to that part. You don't need to. You don't need to know that you're wrong, dude. Like, that's just you're an idiot. And nobody needs a safe word either, bro. God.
Yeah.
I've uploaded more than one video bashing cuties. I've won almost every single drama I've been in.
Ego much?
Even when I was on the losing side, I'm sure.
How can you win a drama even if you're on the losing side? That means you lost. What?
Won almost every single drama I've been in, even when I was on the losing side. I'm sure people are gonna say I'm reviving the drama, or—
Yeah. Because you did.
Just a little.
You not only revived it, but you made it almost front page news, bro.
Yeah, like.
God, the amount of crow he's had to eat is crazy.
I'm doing this for money or something. But even if that is true, it doesn't debunk anything I'm saying. People will more than likely bring up—
No, he's right. It doesn't debunk anything he's saying. What he said debunks what he's saying. The facts debunk what he's saying. The lack of facts on his
own.
Yeah, his own. Like, the lack of facts also debunk what he's saying.
his own presentation of the lack of facts that he has is killing his own fucking argument.
Yep.
The Toby drama, but last time I checked, every single video covering my Toby video is gone. Every last one of them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared of the backlash I'll get from uploading this video. Both my roommate and my girlfriend try to talk me out of uploading it. They
should have listened to him. Should have listened to him. Would have saved you a lot of headache.
think I'm right, but they
Yeah.
don't want to see me fight for so long and so hard like I did in the Peaches drama. By the way, Peaches is someone that became a bad person after everything I did for them, so I don't know if Synny will end up the same way.
Sound like a scorned ex-boyfriend, dude. It shows motive.
You didn't learn your lesson the first time, you prick.
Yeah, for real.
Way or not,
Jesus.
but I have to do what I think is right. Who knows, maybe I'm the one in—
You should have thought twice. It would have been two times as much as you thought.
Yep.
Like, God, dude.
the wrong, but I still feel like I have to do this. A lot of people could have done this video better than me, and hopefully—
Yeah, and they did do it better than you, because they went after the self-admitted groomer, bro.
they will, now that I've shown them the ropes. But if I am in the right, the next time something like this happens—
If I am in the right, so you're not even confident that you are. Dude, oh my gosh.
Now this is funny, bro. Now he did all this shit, said all this shit. Now he's sympathy baiting.
He pulled it all. He had to pull it all back, which is the crazy thing.
You talk about full circle, bro. This is the definition of full circle.
Faram, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Exactly. Like, dude, it's crazy. There's so many poor clippable moments in this.
Can you guys please not say, "Ja, you were right about every other drama, but this time you're wrong," before my video even comes out. That being said, I am not confident that this video will go over well once I upload it. The good news is I don't have to worry about people like Prisonmate Luke coming in and making things worse. But I also can't get help from people like Lio, Peaches, and Doodletones. The last two left YouTube and Lio's reputation is in the dirt. But
you wouldn't need help if you were in the right. Let me rephrase that, because sometimes you do, but it's just, dude, like, why, if you're so worried about needing help, there's probably a reason for it. Like, you're not confident in your own standing. And if you're not confident in your own standing, how is anybody else going to be? Dude.
They're not. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I do believe they would have been more skeptical about this drama than most people. In many ways, this is like all the big dramas that have ever happened in the commentary community all at once.
Alright, Mono. See you in a little bit then.
Just like Spock.
He said that he'll be back in 30 minutes. He's closing down the store. So I know, I don't want to be responding to chat without actually saying it.
I can't.
Synny admitted to it. Just like Peaches, she made a bad first response. And just like Pyro, people painted her as a groomer when she wasn't one. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, this drama has now gotten so big that people outside the ArtCC are talking about it. And a lot of non-ArtCC people don't think that she's a groomer. Who knows, maybe
That doesn't matter. People are allowed to be wrong. Just because somebody's opinion is that she's not guilty doesn't mean she's not guilty. Not until they're on a jury.
I'm the one in the wrong. But after seeing what happened in the Spockter, the Peaches, and the Pyro dramas, I just think we should be at least a little bit more skeptical. Please, do not take my word for this. Do your own research and look into these documents a little bit more carefully. And once
Irony that you're saying this without having looked at them.
Great job, bro.
Again, I want to make this clear. Synny is being irresponsible, but in my book, she's not a groomer. Anyways, let's get into the edited down version of the interview I had with Synny.
Okay, here's the wonderful interview between him and her, where he's gonna, you would assume, ask all the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, yeah.
Okay, so first thing I want to ask you, how are you feeling right now?
Kinda dead inside.
That sounds about right. Like, you seem like you've been through quite a bit of a roller coaster lately.
Already starting off with a sympathetic tone. Like, this person is accused of grooming a minor, and your whole thing is to immediately sympathize with them. Like, I understand the tactic of bringing somebody in, right? Like, police do it. They try to sympathize and be like, oh, I understand it's probably been hard for you. But the problem is that it doesn't change. The problem is that he keeps this tone for the entire thing.
So, here's my first question, if you don't mind if I begin. Do you mind if I begin?
Am I being recorded?
Actually, sure, I'll ask that. Would you be okay if I record you?
I guess it should be fine.
Okay, so for my first question is, did you actually, like, look at the docs at all?
The first one, yes. The second one, I didn't get a chance to. It was made, so that Jack could upload his video, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, okay,
I'm pretty sure it...
I'm pretty
sure it came out the same day as me making my... Like, the one that, NO made, I'm pretty sure was made on the exact same day that I recorded my apology video.
And NO is the 14-year-old, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my first question. I looked at the first doc. Like, I desperately looked all over the first doc. I don't see any grooming going.
Stupid.
Oh yeah. Like, Synni had her avatar in sexual poses, and I was like, yeah. Have you not seen Naruto or?
Remember, guys, this is his first question. Remember that this is his question to her.
Well, didn't he fucking say that he really didn't even look at it that much? Yeah. Now he's telling her that he looked all fucking through it.
Yeah, desperately looked through it. But again, keep in mind, this whole line of talk right here is his question to her. I have yet to hear one. I haven't heard a question come out yet. He's making a statement.
Yep.
Any PG-13 anime? Like,
no, I think a lot of that document was just complete horseshit, honestly. There were, of course, there were, like, some things that I do think were problems, like the actual issues, but a lot of it was just bullshit.
Yeah, like I was looking at that, and I was like, this is so much nothing. Like, okay.
Where's the question? Where's the question?
Yeah.
Where's the question? You're just talking to her. You're just having a phone call with her. There's no question. Here's my first question. I looked at the document and I don't think you're guilty. It's not a question.
Like, no, not at all.
There's some stuff in here, but like 90% of it was just nothing. Like you saying, oh, my character, this fan art someone made for me is sexy. It's like, oh no, that she said sexy. I heard the word sexy in a fucking Shrek movie when I was a kid. Like, oh no.
It's the context, bro.
Question one, let's just go in the order I asked you them. Did you take your apology down, and if so, why?
Also, you need to keep in mind that these quote-unquote questions he sent to her before this phone call, before this quote-unquote interview. So keep that in mind.
Can you back it up like 10 seconds?
Yeah, I could do that. I'll go like 15 seconds.
That'll work.
All right. Give me one share. Ooh. Oh, shout out to Sugar for that. Okay.
Oh no. Question one, let's just go in the order I asked you them. Did you take your apology down, and if so, why?
I privated it because I'm making a video kind of going over why I don't believe I'm actually a groomer.
Oh wow! Why don't you think why don't you think you're a groomer? It's because there's legitimately no evidence of you grooming. Is that's why you think that?
How are you gonna ask? Yeah, how are you gonna ask a question and then answer it on her behalf?
I'll say objection, leading the witness.
Imagine imagine the freaking prosecutor going, oh, well, or the defense going, oh, do you think you're innocent? Yeah, you do think you're innocent. Case closed, judge. Case closed. We got him. It's over. Done with. My client is innocent. Like, that's not how this works.
Not at all, bro.
You don't know how to do an interview. You don't know how to do any of this. And it's so obvious that this is just for the nookie. It's just for the nookie, bro. God.
Yeah.
I will be completely honest. I didn't even consider it to be grooming until Jack told me it was grooming.
Oh my fucking god.
Shocker. Shocker that a groomer didn't consider it to be grooming. Wow. Yeah. Crazy, I know.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Because, like, here's the thing. I looked through both docs.
Which is a lie.
Yep. Okay, were you talking appropriately? Yes. Were you grooming? No. So, let me go off topic.
Why? Why are you gonna go off topic? You're supposed to be in an interview. You're supposed to be asking her questions, not sympathizing with her, not turning around and agreeing with her, not making arguments for her. Why?
Not giving her the fucking answers before she answers.
Exactly. This makes no sense, dude. How did you think this was gonna make you look good, bro?
Synny, are you? Can I call you Synny? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, it's Synny.
Okay, I might accidentally call you Sunny by accident, but I'll try to call you Synny. So, Synny, like, let me ask you something. Are you, you're straight, right?
Hey, we got two questions.
Matter.
We got two questions. It doesn't matter, not whatsoever. If anything, it makes it worse.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, what, now I'm straight too. I mean, no, sorry. Eno is a female,
Hold on,
correct?
pause it.
I got the...
Yep.
As far as I'm aware, I'm straight.
You'll see why she says that. You'll see why she says that. Yeah.
Okay.
Name's mixed up.
Eno is AFAB, yeah.
AFAB is just simply meaning, I don't know, I forget the definition, but basically meaning that they were born female.
Fab, okay. So, yeah, have you ever dated a woman?
When I was 14.
Of course you did.
What does that mean? Of course you did. What does that mean? What?
Yeah, it's...
What, bro? If you're
a hell of an interview, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Barbara Walters, step aside.
Freaking Joe Rogan got competition over here, man. God.
And I ended up breaking up with my girlfriend when I was 16 because I realized I didn't love her like that, because I realized I don't like women like that.
You were just...
Okay, and I will say, I've said this in the past, Just a Robot is the type of dude who shares way too much. And you're about to find out. You're about to find that out.
Oh, God.
It's a bit bi-curious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, once I kissed an Italian guy, but that's not important right now.
Then why say it?
What is the hold on. What is the pertinence of him saying, of course you did, of course you are, like, you know, and then him saying the Italian guy, like, this is not an interview.
No,
this is not an interview, bro.
She's not being accused of being gay. She's not being accused of being bi. She's not being accused of lying about her sexuality. None of that matters. Oh, when
it comes to kids, like I said before, bro, sexuality doesn't matter.
No, not at all whatsoever. And not only that, but it's like it's almost like he's setting these things up to talk about himself. Like, why, bro?
He has to throw the self promo in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Way back when, I like became friends with someone named Pee-wee. I guess now they go by Bug Spray. I just keep calling them Pee-wee because that's like ingrained in my brain. That's just who they are to me. I don't know, man. Like we kind of just like, I didn't realize that we only talked for a week before it got weird, but we were just like both being sexual like toward each other, and then like they offered to help me move out by moving in with me, and I wanted very badly to leave my parents' place, so...
What does any of this matter? What is all of this non-information? What is... None of this matters.
This is leading up to the non-grooming. That's what this is leading up to.
Apparently. God.
Went through like a lot of planning.
I'm saying they're trying to tell a story.
Apparently, they're trying to spin a tale as to why it's okay.
And this is falling flat on their face.
She talks like I forget who it is, but it's pretty much just like we apparently we just like need to know her entire life story in order to understand how she's not a groomer.
This is fucking dumb.
It's crazy.
And then one day they just ghosted me, and I had to work out other arrangements in order to move out.
So what?
And a couple days after they ghosted me, they made like a public YouTube video exposing me, and like they leaked like a shit ton of the art I sent them. Which...
Yeah, and someone made a video defending you, and that video got like 300,000 views or some shit, right?
I don't know how many views it got, but I'm assuming you're talking about the video that Soph the Neko made.
I think it was Soph the Neko. But more importantly, so I think you're missing the point of the question.
I think you're both missing the plot. I think you...
Oh, yeah.
God. What do you mean, dude?
The person who made the first doc, like the old doc about you with the 17-year-old, are they the same person who's making the new doc now?
I don't think so. Also, what... Was there one that came out before addressing Synnibear03, or are you just talking about that one?
I heard that the same person, I just heard this recently, like today, someone told me that, oh, the same person who is calling Synnibear out in their doc was the same person who was getting onto their case like a year ago when they were 19 and talking with the 17-year-old, and I wanted to run that by you to see if you knew anything.
I don't think so, no. The person who made the addressing Synnibear03 document was like a really old, like, ex-friend. I don't know. I don't know how to explain, like...
I agree with you, Faram. How does she not know? How do neither of them know? It's not like it's out there for you to, I don't know, research. Go look at it. How do you not know the person who's making a video on you, bro? What? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
How much they just don't exist in my brain.
Okay. Well, is Eno friends with the person who made the first doc?
That's what, our third or fourth question? Real hard-hitting stuff here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not aware of them even, like, knowing of each other's existence. I mean, obviously, I think... I'm gonna call them Bunny. I'm pretty sure Bunny, like, probably knows about Eno, but I don't think Eno knows who Bunny is. Bunny is the person who made the doc.
Okay. Yeah, and at least from what I can tell from the messages, there was no indication from on my end that you were trying to get with a 14-year-old romantically.
You don't need to be in the wrong. It's just that simple.
No.
Yeah. With the way people are talking about this, they're making you seem like the next EDP, the next Cosmodor, or whoever the fuck. Like,
maybe because people are just tired of creators getting to a certain subscription count and targeting kids. Maybe people are just tired of it. Like,
this is the modern day Frost Nixon going on right now.
This is like the important question I want to ask you. What like pushed you in to like saying like, hey guys, I'm sorry, I groomed a minor, I'm leaving my channel that I've worked so many years on because...
First, good question.
Yeah, so what was the thought process there?
I had like a thing in my head where I was just like, well, this is what like seems like the best option just to keep everyone happy and safe, I guess. It was mostly me trying to earn back Jack's trust by being open and honest with the people, like with my own audience.
But you...
Okay, what convinced you is wanting to be honest, huh? Like, that's counterintuitive. You see, Your Honor, the only reason I admitted to it is because I wanted to be honest, okay? Like, dude.
You weren't honest with them. You said you groomed someone, and I don't.
You as the interviewer cannot turn around and tell somebody, oh, you lied about being a groomer because I don't think you're a groomer. That's not how interviews go.
It's not your place, bro.
It's not your place. Yeah, you're supposed to gather the information, ask the questions, and leave it to the audience to determine based off of your findings. You are setting the precedence for a different narrative because you want it to be true. God, man. Neon, how far in before the first real question? I think it was at least about 10 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more. God, I just, ugh. From the Keaton the Cool Guy paid you guys a visit. Show some of the real journalistic integrity there. That's a good one.
Thought I did.
Okay, here's the thing, and was the first big red flag to me. At first, I thought this was pretty cut and dry. You got accused, docs were made, there's so much evidence in the doc, they're so long, you must have done it because you admitted to it. So I was working on my video, and then I thought, I just had that feeling, the same feeling I got when the Peaches drama started, the same feeling I got when the Spockter drama started. It's that feeling I get in the back of my neck that just tells me something's not right here. And
if that's the case, then your position on those dramas need to be revisited and scrutinized.
Yep.
Thought about it. I was like, Cosmodor did not admit to grooming until it was too late. Neither EDP to this day has not admitted to doing anything wrong. Groomers don't fucking admit to it. So I thought to myself, why would she admit to it? I can't even think of a single...
That logic is so absolutely valuable. That means that you can take away all evidence that proves that she did it, but simply because she didn't admit to it, she didn't do it. That's literally, that's the logic he's using.
He's trying so fucking hard to help her save face because he wants to tap.
Oh,
like
dude,
it's so fucking evident.
Yeah, it's like he's doing anything he can. Like, see, having this call privately, whatever, is what it is. You're an idiot and she believed you. But you put it out to the public as a way to try and shift the narrative, shift people's minds. That's the problem.
Bro, imagine white knighting for a groomer.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it couldn't be me, dude.
Groomer who just flat out said, "Yep, I did it." And then I started thinking maybe I should reach out to you and have a chat with you. So what you did was inappropriate. You shouldn't have done that, but I don't think...
Case closed. I don't know how many times he has to admit that she did something wrong with a minor. Like, I mean, how do you...
The real question is, in his head, where does inappropriate cross grooming when it comes to minors?
Or
like
what is the level of inappropriate it must reach before she becomes a threat?
Yeah, that's a better question.
Like, I don't know. Like, anyone who says that they did something inappropriate with a minor, regardless if it's sexual, physical, verbal, it's inappropriate, and you recognize that it's inappropriate. Now, there's different levels to what can be inappropriate, sure. But what's his threshold? If sending porn, whether softcore or not, to a 14-year-old doesn't meet the threshold that she is a potential threat, I'm scared to figure out what it will take for him to think that.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Your Cosmodor level, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're working on a response to everything, is that right?
I'm trying.
Okay.
You made a response.
It's gonna be an uphill battle. You made things really bad for yourself by making that apology.
I realize that.
Yep. And here's the thing. As much backlash as you're getting right now, Spock...
Notice how all the questions stopped. They're just talking at this point.
They're
just talking.
and Peaches was...
Like, he's just consoling her. That's it. He's just talking to her and consoling her.
Yep.
Surprisingly worse, so I think you have a chance of getting out of this.
Damn.
He wants to be the dude that saves her and shit.
Yeah,
That's literally what
it
it sounds like.
Knight. Yeah, he wants to be her white knight. Bro, imagine telling somebody, yeah, you admitted to grooming. Yeah, there's proof of it, but I think I can get you out of this. Like, bro, you're not her lawyer. You don't need to get her out of this. Like, oh my God, dude, this is insane.
I hope so.
Yeah. So, what's the plan with you and Jack?
I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I can see what he posts on Twitter. I can tell he's not... he's not my friend.
I would say the same. I don't think that's what friends say about one another.
God, he jumped...
It's also not something that a friend would do. Not a real friend wouldn't go do that shit and then get upset with you for calling him out on it. It goes both ways. Only problem is they're in the wrong.
Well, the problem is a real friend will call you on your bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Dude is not any of the lawyers from the OJ defense team. Yeah, facts. He's no Caitlyn Jenner.
Straight up.
So fucking far. He's calling me a pedophile.
I haven't seen that, but I've seen other stuff.
It's not unwarranted, though.
I saw, like... I was at work, god damn it, and I saw him say some shit like, live and suffer, pedo bear. I think it's so jarring, because he left before I even came home from work. Like, I came home from work and he was just gone. And then sorry, what?
Dude, she's over here. He gives this maniacal supervillain laugh, and she's like, "I'm sorry, what? I'm like, what just happened?" I don't understand how Jack leaving while you were at work is pertinent to this debacle that you're in.
I really feel like she's really not even in it at this point, bro.
She lost in her own sauce. That's the crazy. I don't get this.
It's just, it's funny to hear a woman say that for once.
I came home from work and he was gone, and then the next morning, the police came to my apartment.
Oh no!
Dude, what's with the over-dramatic, like, over-dramatization here?
Yeah, stop it.
Oh, no. Like, bro, you're making so light of this. God, man.
For a wellness check.
Yeah.
After everything, bro, he said before this showed and all that, he has no right to over-dramatize any fucking thing.
True. Faram, at least we know he ain't trying to get in her pants now. Yeah, supposedly. Supposedly.
Yeah. Not for anything bad.
Oh, okay.
I woke up to like the police at my door, and they were just like, "Hey, heard something was going on with you. Your friend called us here," and I was like, "Oh." And then I looked at my phone and I saw that like my real life friend tried calling me multiple times, and Jack tried calling me multiple times, and I texted like both of them, and my real life friend didn't know that the police were coming, so I figured they didn't call them, so it had to be Jack. I texted.
It's an assumption. I mean, later, yeah. Well, she's about to explain.
I told Jack like, "Oh, the police came by," and he was like, "Yeah, we thought you were dead, lol." Like he said LOL at the end of his message, and then he never texted me ever again. And I was like, "Oh, this is good, because this means he's upset with me, but he still cares about me. That's good. He wants to make sure I'm alive." And then like I went to work, and in the middle of my shift I saw that he made like a big like Twitter thread basically mocking me. Like he bragged about stealing my friends from me, and he said like, you know, live and suffer, pedo bear. And then he like posted a picture of like a hat that he left on my pillow when he left. Like it was.
What does any of this have to do? I'm about to 2x speed this shit. What does any of this have to do with anything, man? God. This is just a whole bunch of nothing.
A hat that said groom on it.
Actually, that's something I've been meaning to ask you. So, like, they accused you of touching them inappropriately?
Yeah, fuck him for even, like, insinuating that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get real here. Me and Professor Dreadlock.
Okay, no, this is another thing here that I would be like cautionary for his girlfriend. What he's about to say right now. Now, keep in mind, he has a girlfriend and a male roommate.
Him for even like insinuating that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get real here. Me and Professor Dreadlock, we're best buddies, and we're romantic with each other. We slap each other on the ass every now and then. We spook each other. We don't poke each other in the crotch, but we do pretty much everything else. And
what do you mean by that? You do pretty much everything else. What do you mean by that? Like, that's a little...
Yeah.
That's left up to interpretation there.
Like, when I heard that, I was just like, you know, I know Jack goes by he, him, but like...
This is fantastic. This is where he pretty much says because Jack was born a female, she can't be sexually assaulted. Like, that's literally his defense coming up.
Yeah.
Let me rewind it.
I know Jack goes by he, him, but like their sex is they're an AFAB, and
yeah, he's AFAB.
Yeah, so two women living with each other.
What does that mean? Why did you not expand upon that? I know he identifies as a man, but he was born as a female. What does that have to do with consent? We're talking about...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Could have been born a dog and turned into a human. It doesn't matter. Like, consent is consent. Inappropriate is inappropriate. Like, oh my God.
They're going to... I don't know what it's like with two women living with each other, but I can tell you, as a guy who lives with another guy, we sometimes touch each other a bit inappropriately.
It can't be inappropriately if it's consensual. Somebody check on this man's roommate. For the love of God. Somebody check on this man's roommate.
I think it should have been like a red flag to literally everyone when Jack showed like me screaming at him like through text saying, I always asked you if it was okay and you said yes, and like no one mentioned that or like said anything about that.
Well, you need to understand.
But I didn't see the other part of it. Maybe it was conveniently cut out of his video. Maybe I have to go see Goblin's video to read his response to it. But if that was a response, if his response was, yes, I gave you consent and then took it away or something along that line, Just a Robot should have tossed it in there to prove what he was saying was true.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
And this corner of the internet, they're fucking idiots. They will believe what they're told until they're shown the opposite. I mean, come on, you've seen this with the Stalker drama. You've seen this with the Peaches drama.
Bringing up his own drama yet again for like the umpteenth time in this video. Dude, stop jerking yourself off, man. Stop patting yourself on the back. That literally, there's a reason. Pride is a double-edged sword, man. You fell off your high horse, and it's a long way down. God.
And this isn't the story to try to get it back.
Yeah, like this dude is over here staking his entire reputation and can't go a couple of minutes without bringing up other dramas he's been involved in.
He put up screenshots that contradicted what he said, and people went, "Yep, that seems legit to me."
I'm a little thrown off that like the commentators aren't like looking at that.
Actually, that's something I've been meaning to ask you. Aside from me, has anybody reached out to you?
Oh, we finally got to another question. Finally, that's good.
What's this, number 3?
It's like, I mean, if we're talking about legitimate questions, we're still at 1. Important questions, we're at 1. Questions in general, I think we're at like, I don't know, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
God, dude. And what does it matter if nobody's even reached out to her? It's no one's job to reach out to her. Like,
nope.
What?
2 YouTubers contacted me and like asked me questions, but no one else. Yeah, it was...
Bro, how do you not cut out these pauses? How do you not cut out these long pauses? God.
Fire the editor, bro.
Yeah. Well, I doubt he's working for him anymore. Not after
Yeah,
this.
that's fair. That's fair.
Dude, if I was Just a Robot's editor, I would have gone to every social platform and be like, I used to be Just a Robot's editor. I no longer work for him. Like, I would out myself before anybody could, like, out me. Like,
It was a...
Okay, so I'm literally the first person who was like, hey, I don't think you're as bad as what everybody else is saying.
So there's two idiots out there. Good to know. I mean, Kumo and freaking Goblin also were like trying to run defense for her, so there's that too.
The first person was Kumo.
Imagine that. The first person to try and say you were innocent was a guy, and then the second person to try and say you were innocent was also a guy.
Shocking.
Crazy. Female creator having white knights. Oh.
Of course it's Kumo. Like, I have my own issues with the guy, but like, it sounds like sometimes he could be skeptical in the right areas, and you know what, I think it was skeptical in the right area, because like, I've heard rumors that you two were collabing together, but I've watched his video, and I was like, I don't...
Collabing is a stretch, but like, he's trying to help me, like, make my video as good as it can be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so...
Like, not a collab, just like, he's looking over my stuff.
I'm not gonna lie.
What's he really trying to get? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Did the volume just die?
Oh, no. Did that happen again? No. Hold on. Let me check her
I
out.
can't.
I don't think it did. Let me just... We're doing a little maintenance on the stream. Give me a second, people. Hold on. Let me make sure. Yo, what up, Zeph? Do you not have volume for it anymore?
I don't hear shit.
Okay. I think I don't know what it is about Discord having like a I think it has like a sleep mode to it, and then it'll stop after a certain while of not interacting with it. You should be able to hear it now.
All right.
All right.
There it is.
Okay. Stream, let me know if you guys are still able to hear it. You should be able to. Nope, I don't think they can. Hold on. I'm not seeing it moving in OBS. Give me a sec, y'all.
Neon said he could hear.
You can hear? Okay, hold on. Okay. Yes. Stream is not... Well, Zeph just said...
Okay.
Hold on, let me... Oh, what? Okay. All right, I do have to go back. Yeah, it's busted. All right. Give me a sec. I got you. You can hear
See what happens?
Yeah, but this is like a this is because I've been streaming for almost 6 hours at this point. Not
Jesus.
not like some other reason. Hold on. Let me just switch it over to Spotify so that nobody's like gonna see anything else. And then let me swap this back over. There we go. Boom. Okay.
Isn't right, and after looking at everything, I realized...
There we go.
What you did was bad. Very bad. If you were...
So, let me back the video up like 40 seconds. I mean, you guys aren't really missing anything. It's a complete nothing burger of an interview. Okay.
Basically.
So...
It can be.
Okay.
Let me know if you guys can hear it now.
Like, not a collab, just like, he's looking over my stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. I was so ready to tear into you, and this was the day I was going to upload it, unlist it from...
Should be able to hear. I think it's ooh, I am dropping frames a bit. Let me just... You can hear it? Okay, cool. All right. So video's back up. You can hear the nothing burger. Awesome. All right, cool. Good.
My Patreon supporters, and it was gonna go live tomorrow. But then I decided to fact check one more time, just make sure everything was correct, and I've had this feeling for a while, like something isn't right. And after looking at everything, I realized what you did was bad, very bad. If you were you better thank your vagina. If you had a PP, you would be... Oh man, it would not be good for you if you had a PP.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
that's probably the most honest and truthful thing that he has said this entire time. The fact that she's a girl is legitimately the reason why she's been able to like skate on by as much as she has.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Whereas if she was a dude, it wouldn't, like, she would not have been given the same level of what's the word for it? I forget. She wouldn't have been given the same thresholds. Like,
people are more forgiving when women do this. But yeah, like, I don't think you're a groomer. I think your friend who you lived with for years convinced you that you were a horrible person. You started thinking you were a horrible person, and you cracked underneath the pressure and decided to say something in a video that made you look really, really, really bad. And I'm guessing you didn't fully grasp what the word groomer meant, right?
I think anyone who was watching my video,
dude, he's just continuously, oh, well, you didn't understand what it meant, right? Like, you're giving her the direction in which you want her comment to go. You're supposed to just ask the question and let it be. Like, not do this whole, oh, you didn't know, right? You weren't aware, right? You didn't blah, 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 right?
Leading the witness, bro.
Yeah. God, man. It's yeah.
Those might be able to discern that, because
she wouldn't have gotten the same level of charitability. Yeah, you're not wrong, Neon. If she was a dude, she definitely would not have gotten, like, people turning around and saying, oh yeah, you should people need the evidence generally. But with this whole believe all women thing, I mean, if somebody's born a woman but identifies as a guy, does that then cancel out the believe all women? Like, I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
If you could be so lucky, do you know how dumb these people are?
In my so Jack, I think Jack doesn't understand what grooming is, and I've been getting a lot of my information from him, because one of.
Why would you get most of your information from the person accusing you, though? That doesn't make sense. Like, are you just like, oh, well, you tell me what it is that I did wrong, and I'll just believe that? What? Maybe it's me. Maybe I just.
This whole entire thing is leading the witness, and they're just fucking. He's trying to, like, humanize her by having this conversation. Throw some, like, soft balls in there, soft jabs, whatever you want to say, just to try to, exactly, so that way she can, quote unquote, take a little accountability, but then he's still trying to bring it back, saying you're not the only one.
Right, like it's I don't understand this dude. It's almost like he was trying to figure out how to fast track his career into the toilet. Like, how, I don't know how that happens, but hey, you do you, dude. You do you.
Yeah.
The things that I know I said that was incorrect was like, so Jack keeps saying that he was groomed by Kitty Dog when he was 12 and Kitty Dog was 14, and
I know I am definitely lagging out right now with people, or it looks like it's definitely lagging a bit. Chat, is it lagging for you? I think so. Or is it just me thinking that? I feel like it is.
I believed him.
Okay, that's not. I don't
want to downplay his experience in like that he was traumatized. I just, now that I'm, like, going to therapy and shit, I don't think it was grooming, actually. That doesn't sound fucking right. God. And I feel fucking stupid for, like, making a video and defending that point.
Okay, you know how the only interaction we had ever was when I commented on your Spocker video?
Yeah.
Okay. In that video, you said you were moving in with Birdie, and, like, when I heard you bring that up, I was like, haha, well, this is going to be entertaining in a year.
Oh.
No, that's exactly.
What does that matter? What, dude, you've lost the plot. You've started out with questions as to why she, like, the only, I can't even form a. I'm just like, dude.
Bro, honestly, I've lost the plot, if I'm being honest with you.
There was no plot. This was a movie made with no script. Like, Oh my gosh, they're so far away from like what the subject matter is that I don't understand. Oh my goodness.
What I thought, because I was like, oh, two ArtCC people underneath the same roof. What could possibly go wrong?
You're making excuses.
Yeah, sorry I didn't warn you sooner. Honestly, I thought you would throw Jack underneath the bus first. Like, honestly, I thought it would happen the reverse way.
No. God, this entire situation just sucks.
I know. Trust me. I've been in your shoes. Peach has been in your shoes. Spocter has been.
None of this matters. None of what's going on matters. None of what you're saying matters. None of any of this is comprehensible to any level, to any degree. I don't know what any of this has to do with anything at all. Like it's been sideways or laggy-ish. Yeah, I apologize for that. This is insanity. Hold on, people. Let me zoom. Crazy. Failed. Okay. I don't really know where else to go from here with this guy. Like there's nothing here. This isn't an interview about the situation. This isn't they're not talking about the allegations. Like he touches on it every once in a while, which is a wild statement to make given the circumstances.
Is the rest of the movie the rest of the video this interview?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, bro. I mean, it's the same thing.
There's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. This guy,
I think personally, I think him adding this to it just further buries him in the fucking bullshit video he made.
Yeah.
There's really nothing left to say.
There really isn't. I mean, he definitely tries to continue to sweep for her, but I think that's about it. Like, there's nothing else here. I mean, I have obviously listened to this in its entirety, like through Chud Logic, but I mean, there's parts that I just completely tuned out because there was nothing. But
I'll say, you wanna call it, bro? It's 6 hours.
6.5. Yeah, I'm definitely
goddamn
call it at that point. Fuck, I gotta find something to eat.
Yeah, like I just ate. So.
Yeah, I get you.
Cool.
All right, guys. We appreciate everybody who came out. The few people that are still watching right now, we appreciate everybody. This has been an interesting stream. It's been almost a full day stream here. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely be cutting this up into parts and getting the VODs out. But geez. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a good one.
Yep.
And,
you guys take care.
Have a good one later, y'all.